3. We're live. Let's go.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, for the 4th episode of the Whiskey Club. Appreciate everybody coming back. So we got
Skull.
anybody new over there? Skull.
Don't
Everybody
actually
ready to
know what
drink?
Skull is, but yeah, skull.
Cheers, kampai, post,
Chin chin.
Slanger bar.
all that good stuff. So what's been going on? What's new? What's new? Actually, John, are we allowed to talk about how shitty your exercise was?
I wouldn't say shitty, but it's
Okay.
more. Yeah, he didn't need it.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah,
necessary.
I hear you on that one. Yeah.
Rather be at home,
I like it.
chilling on Twitch, playing games, not
Rather be
sleep on
here
the
with us
floor.
last week, right?
cuddling a rifle because I'm not allowed to let it anywhere away from me. Like that. Nice.
Yeah, we missed you last week, brother.
Yeah, man,
I was in
definitely.
the chat, but I was, shall we say, working long hours, headbutting
Right.
a lot of walls. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
long
it's just good
hours.
stuff.
Working.
Yeah, working.
We all
The
know how
queen,
it
the
goes.
queen gives me a shilling for something. You know what I mean?
I
They
Wait,
still
you
give shillings
You get
out?
paid.
was just gonna say
do
that.
this out of goodwill.
They still use shillings.
I thought
Shillings.
it was all volunteer work up there.
Oh yeah,
You know, since you guys are such,
humanitarians.
Humanitarians.
I've still not been thanked for my service yet. Rob seems to get all that, even though we know he was a cook.
Thank you
but
for your
it's fine.
service.
Yeah,
Thank you
even
for
though
your service.
You're welcome,
Fucking-
guys. Thanks.
man, someone's got to feed us. You know, when your missus makes you a good meal, like you love her more. Apparently, that's
I
not-
don't know the
that's not me,
feeling.
but that's
That's
you
good
know.
because I can't cook for shit. So you know what I mean?
He's
Your
unloved.
missus makes you good meals.
You
dude,
might
she
want to
cooks.
learn how to do that, brother. You got to learn how to cook.
Ah,
Cooking's a fucking blast.
I can cook a
Cooking's
carbonara. That's my go-to dish. We know when you're having a host sort of thing.
Isn't
Okay.
carbonara just the sauce?
Just give me the
Hell
carbonara.
no.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Come on.
You got it. You got the
Still-
carbonara.
Are we talking
Still can't do
dolmio?
poached eggs.
Are we talking dolmio carbonara, or are we
No,
talking?
I'm
like, you make
talking.
the
I'm
sauce?
talking. We make the sauce. I make the sauce myself.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Hmm.
I'll have to thank
Name the ingredients now.
don't know if anyone follows him on Facebook. There's a guy, Australian comedian who during lockdown was doing recipes.
Yeah.
Is it Nat?
Yeah.
Nat's
It's
all good or something?
cooking with nat or something like that.
Cooking with Nat, yeah. And
it's
it's obviously
fucking hilarious.
Australian comedian, like none of the bullshit, just literally pasta. He hates pasta sauce, hates it with a passion. And he
I
just
need you to say that word one more time.
Yeah, is it pasta or pasta?
pasta.
Yeah. All right, brother. Tomato, right?
Yeah.
There's no
Pasta. There's no W in it.
or
mate. You know what I mean?
R. It's just
Pasta. Jesus.
mind you do spell things weird as well, don't you? The fucking American.
Yeah. Color with no U or what?
You're right. It's not. You're right. It's color, not colour.
Colour, it's
ketchup,
colour.
not ketchup.
And I don't
and
understand how you guys feel. around
Actually,
here.
we do have ketchup and ketchup.
You're not scientists. It's fucking aluminum.
ketchup?
Okay?
I don't
It's
know.
aluminium. Come on.
Ketchup's to us. is like-
Aluminium.
Aluminium, trying to be all fancy. Fuck out of here.
It's not being fancy. It's just how it's fucking
Yeah, whatever,
soft.
dude.
Jesus
I'm down with Fuzzy Astro there in the chat. He can order food. I can order food. You know what I mean? I can get behind that. You know what I mean?
That does not count as cooking, though.
Yes, it does. You know what I mean?
It does not, because someone else prepared that food for you.
But
It-
Yeah, but I enjoy it.
it is providing food, though.
But you're not cooking.
Yeah,
That's
but you're
true.
still providing it.
I know.
You're still
I might
a
not be doing the
hunter
hunter
gatherer.
I'm still doing-
But the thing is the man doesn't know how to cook besides
to-
carbonara.
To be honest, though, ordering food.
I can cook the random stuff. You know what I mean? Like bacon and eggs, omelets.
Bro, I'm not
More-
one to
more-
talk. I'm
I'm
not one
more
to
a
talk.
breakfast guy. I can do breakfast.
Me
and
too.
poached eggs. wouldn't have
I'm
poached
all
eggs.
breakfast, bro.
I will
Fucking hash browns.
I will say this. I think it's in the family. It's something to do with John's parents, my uncle and auntie. Because whenever I go up there, usually I stay there after I've been playing a show or something in that area, and I get in at like sort of 2 a.m. and then my uncle John will wake me up in the morning, and it'll be like bacon, eggs, black pudding, some fried bread, and
Oh, you have no
beans,
choice.
the
It's literally,
works.
he will
yeah,
wake
oh
you
yeah,
up.
yeah. You are waking
And
up and you are eating it, or it goes,
Regardless,
to the
you could
fucking
be
dog.
like, you know what I mean, dying of a hangover, then he will literally force march you downstairs, sit you down, and make you eat.
Yeah,
which I
What
think's
is-
good.
yeah, yeah.
What is black pudding?
Clotted
Isn't that
pig's
blood
blood.
Traditionally meant to be all the crap that was left over from. So it's like congealed blood when like the fatty
So,
stuff.
it's like blood pudding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like blood pudding
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
yeah, but I don't think it's that anymore. It's obviously synthesized food and just called black pudding.
Oh, it's really
Ah,
good,
yeah.
man. You
They have
fry
white
it.
pudding as well, which is actually nicer. I can't do black pudding, but I can eat white pudding.
I don't think I've had white.
It comes in like it looks like a sausage more than an actual pudding. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd call that a pudding though.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you have pudding for
Pudding
breakfast.
to me
so
is
I
like
don't eat
chocolate
But
pudding.
you guys have weird
vanilla
words for all
pudding.
kinds of shit. Like you say crisps for chips, or for fries. No, for chips.
Chips, yeah.
You
Oh.
say chips for fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say pudding for fucking blood sausage,
Wait,
which just doesn't
hang on.
hang.
No,
hang on.
no,
Wait,
no.
wait.
I know.
Are we the
We'll
weird
get-
ones or are you? I mean, there's some.
Well, we won the war, so you
Yeah,
are.
we won.
Wait,
War.
we
You know what I mean?
we all won the war.
Well, multiple wars.
What you called. So
No.
you will adopt our war. Or our word. No, we didn't win. You're thinking of the wrong war.
I'm thinking of the War of
That wasn't-
1812. We burnt down the White House. Something like that one.
That
Yeah,
was
how'd that do for you?
that wasn't a war,
Well,
really. But
That was a bad
Well, no,
idea.
they obviously.
Well, we built a
them
fucking
lot
better
decided
one,
to go
so-
up to Canada
There
to
was
try
a
and
bad
take some territories,
idea.
didn't they? And then we slapped them about and burnt down the White House. So.
and now the Canadians speak French, so you obviously didn't win that one either.
yeah,
Oh man,
Brilliant.
I can't talk
Top-
about history.
What are we
on that.
drinking, boys?
top bands.
Let's shout out some of these
I'm-
awesome companies.
Okay, I'm drinking the same as last week, but it's because it's fucking delicious. Talisker Storm. It's great. Really
Mm.
good. I actually, I almost divorced my wife over this week because I had a wee dram the other night after dinner, and I'd taken it out of the box, but I'd put this back in the cupboard and left the box on the side.
Ooh.
And I went into the kitchen, and I think I was going in to get another drink, and she had it in her hand, and she was walking into our little utility room, which is where we put the recycling. And I was like, "Where are you going with that?" She was like, "I was gonna fucking don't you
The
dare."
box, right?
Yeah,
Box.
yeah,
Okay.
You're starting a collection.
yeah. You can't do that.
I have one.
No,
I got
no.
one. I got my
Yeah, I do
Talisker
too
box. I got the Cragmore, and now I'm definitely going to keep this. My
Yeah.
cousin.
So yeah,
You need to
this-
get a little shelf behind you, Dan. Get a little shelf and keep
well,
your
I have
boxes
got
on
one,
there.
but it's up there. You can't see it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
should get it behind me. But yeah. So this is I believe another Islay single malt, 45.8%, which is still quite strong for a whiskey, isn't it? Isn't 40 the
I think is it
average?
45 or 40 the standard? I think.
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
think
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
40.
40.
45.8
40 to be classed
is
as
good.
a single malt, I think. And anything
Um,
above that is just fun and games.
So an intense Talisker with a profoundly maritime character, like a warm welcome from a wild Hebridean sea. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys have been in the sea in Scotland, but I can tell you it's not a fucking warm welcome. It's cold as shit. So I don't know who wrote that, but someone needs to have a word
Yeah,
with him.
I'll back that up.
But actually, I noticed the other day the longitude and latitude for the distillery is actually on the label, which is pretty cool. I quite like
Did you
that.
Google it?
That's neat.
No, I didn't,
Well.
no.
Google Earth that thing.
Yeah, I should do.
Make sure you zoom in. Maybe somebody's there like this. You know, just like holding the fucking sign.
Oh,
down
come
below their thing. It's
on.
like, God damn it. You sons
God
of
damn it, he
bitches."
got me.
You fucking got me.
Bella says,
Shit.
before we move on, Bella says, real question is, whose turn is it to get drunk first this week? Well, we all drink responsibly, and we do not get drunk, ever.
Yeah, I didn't get drunk on the first episode. I just fell asleep. I was tired. You know what I mean?
Tired,
I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Can you
I'll
tell the
jump in
time?
I'll jump in next. So before I get on my whiskey, cheers for Insidious, Kemp, Simp, and Ink Fingers for the follows. Much appreciated. And the whiskey I've got is the Card. Where's my camera? Can't really see it. Cardew Gold Reserve. Mainly I bought it because the bottle looks absolutely boss.
Looks
Very nice
wicked.
bottle.
I love
it's
it.
cool.
Almost looks like a Crown Royal bottle.
Almost. I was thinking that,
Yeah.
but it's
So it's a single malt.
Better.
There's no age on it because it's a gold reserve, so it's kind of a mix of different single malts. Brewed in a place called Archiestown or Archiston, whatever you want to call it. It depends on how you pronounce it, really. In the north of Scotland, and it's quite a nice initial sip. No harsh taste. Yeah, it goes down quite smooth. It's better than the Arbol Hour from last week. definitely. I've still got the Arblar on the shelf. Can't finish it. Rough, but no, this is
rough.
this is really smooth. No ice, no water, just straight.
Really? No ice?
No ice, no. It's actually-
Wow.
I don't think it needs it, to be
See,
honest.
I
I'm gonna have
tried
to
this
try
in the
that.
week without ice, and it was nowhere near as enjoyable.
Yeah, that's like mine. This
It's a game changer, ices. I didn't realize until we started doing this.
this
Yeah.
Achentashan.
You'll never get it.
Man, this is so
It's
goddamn
supposed to
hard.
roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it's supposed to roll off the tongue. Achentashan. It's still the same one from last week as well. It's the 12-year-old, delicate and layered. It's amazing. I'll probably actually buy this bottle again to be able to just drink randomly, responsibly, of course, but randomly.
Yeah.
Right and early.
Gotta
Yeah,
throw
it's
that
also
out there.
a product of Scotland, if you don't remember from last week. It's I don't know, it's still delicious. I have to have ISO, like Dan was saying about the ice. I have to put ice in it, because if I don't, it is harsh. It's really harsh.
Yeah, I
Is-
was thinking that today when I was in the shop. It's like I was looking for single malts outside of Scotland. 'Cause I was thinking try and get one that's an international. But obviously, I know Rob done the what was he done the first week? The
Suntory.
Japanese.
Cheetah.
Cheetah,
Japanese
Cheetah.
whiskey, yeah.
Is that
I was looking
Suntory
for-
distillery one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found some Welsh whiskey, which I was like, yeah. But apart from that, the shop you couldn't really find much else.
Yeah.
I need to wait. Obviously, once lockdown eases a bit, the whiskey
Yeah.
shop in town opens, and then we get in there, and then we get amongst the good stuff.
I've
Yeah.
heard a rumor that whiskey from the Nordics is very good.
I would
Yeah,
like to try
yeah,
something
like we gotta
from
try
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like
Dibs.
to get ordering son. Or if anyone knows anyone out there from or can get hold of any from a Nordic distillery, then give us a shout because we'll.
Or if anyone's
Yeah,
got any
100%.
suggestions for whiskies that are outside of Scotland, let
Ooh,
us
yeah,
know.
absolutely. Do
Yeah,
that
that'd be
too.
cool.
Obviously on our Twitter or wherever, and or even the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Join the Discord, obviously. Give us some suggestions because Scottish whiskey's good, but I want to branch out a little bit.
Yeah.
See
I want to try it
what we got.
all, you know?
Try
like,
it all.
at once. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I do,
on,
like,
on
because
multiple IVs responsibly.
yeah, there are so
What
many
about
different
German
flavors.
whiskies? Any idea?
There are some
Yes, there is.
distilleries out here, but I don't think I've ever had like a legit German whiskey. So I think maybe we should go for that next after I'm done my sample pack.
Yeah, definitely try it.
Yeah, tell us about what's going on with you, Rob, because you're doing
All
something
right,
different this
so
week.
I'm trying something new. I went to the store to buy another bottle of whiskey right after I haven't finished the Cheetah, and let's talk about the Cheetah real quick. Jake and Josh had some of it today. They came over to the house for my daughter's birthday, and we all had a glass of whiskey.
Happy birthday.
They
Happy
tried it.
birthday.
Yeah, they tried it, and what did you guys think of the Cheetah, the Japanese whiskey that we had?
I'll let Jake go first on this.
Okay. Well, I absolutely fucking loved it. I
you
did.
love it with the
I did.
with the water in it, or
So it was what was it? Yeah, I think you had 2 ice cubes inside there.
yeah,
And I think before it oxidized, I actually took the first sip and it was a smack in the face, I'll tell you that right now.
yeah.
But after the ice melted a little bit, it felt and
It
you know,
takes the edge off big time.
I always make fun of you guys for saying this, but it was smooth.
Yeah, I mean that's a good
it was
description of
good.
it. Jake or Josh?
I liked it actually. Not after adding the water to it though, because it made it like very, very strong.
It makes
Which
it
is
brings the flavors out unbelievably when you
huge.
put water in it, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
huge.
absolutely.
But before the water, it is a punch in the face. That
Yeah,
Cheetah
I
shit.
liked it. I liked it before the water. It was a very
I have to have some water.
for me, it tasted just like a strong hazelnut, like an oiled, the oil that you would
Yeah.
use in like baking and stuff. It was
Mhm.
just like that for me. I absolutely fucking loved it.
Speaking of
Right.
hazelnut, yeah. So right now I'm drinking the Singleton from Dufftown Distillery, 12 years, single malt Scotch whiskey here. I got it in a sampler pack, right? I went to the store to go buy something, and I wanted to buy a new bottle. I was looking around, and I saw a pack for like €13 with 3 separate award-winning whiskeys in it. So I thought, okay, should I buy one bottle and be stuck with that for another week or so? Or should I buy this sample pack that has 3 separate glasses and I can actually get some different flavors in here? So it is cheap, but I'm a frugal bastard. So this is actually quite good. I'm enjoying this. I've almost finished this. It's very smooth. The ice has melted a little bit into it, but when I look at the description of this, it's very funny. The nose description of this whiskey says, after a while, it gives you warm, dry aromas of pencil shavings and matchsticks.
Oh, what?
And I'm like, who's like,
Who asked
No,
for
I
that?
actually that sounds
and pencil
amazing.
shavings?
I'm
Let's
not gonna
go, dude.
lie.
Really brings me back to my whiskey days in fucking elementary school. But no, but it is
Brings
good.
back
It's
to
got
childhood.
it's got all this crazy shit in the description. I don't taste the brown sugar or espresso coffee or anything like that. Maybe I do. Hold on.
Yo, appreciate that follow. You made it bite size.
Maybe I can get the coffee in that, but it is a little bit sweet and it's good. It's really, really smooth. So I've got that one. Then we have the Talisker, which I'm assuming is the Storm. This one says made by the sea.
I think that's
single
the
malt.
storm.
Yeah, this
Maybe the
should be the
Storm.
Storm, and I'm excited to try that. And then I also have the Cardew. So these are two separate
Oh,
ones. And
wow.
there's a bunch of different sample packs over there at the store that I go to. So I think I may do the same thing next week and probably just drink these fuckers tonight. So it's
Yeah,
it's
sweet.
literally 3 glasses. So
That's cool. That's fine. I am.
Hell yeah.
I am not.
Just don't play the music on me, fucking Dan.
I am. I am not drinking half a fucking bottle tonight. That is not happening.
No, not tonight.
No, I got up
All
so
right.
on Sunday
I
last
thought you said
week.
you were going to.
I feel well. I had a
was
couple of
going to.
I had a couple of looseners earlier, a couple of beers, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. And then I
I
realized
actually
And
last
then you waited
Sunday,
too long.
last Sunday that I woke up and like my family were here, and I had to go and do stuff. I had to go to the park and hang out, and it was not good, man. I was not feeling that.
Fuck that shit.
No.
Hey, the night of Whiskey Club and the day after Whiskey Club are days
3
not to
days.
be fucked with.
Fucking
yeah,
3 days.
definitely.
Yeah, they'll leave me alone.
Especially if you finish half a bottle, because I
And
did as well.
yeah,
I
I
do
won't do
want to
that.
say as well, I do want to apologize
know.
if last week I got a little bit fucking over
No.
emotional on stream, because I did.
You were good. You were good.
No.
Everybody was good. It was this one and fucking this one and Dan that after the stream ended decided to continue their conversation and bring
so-
outside not drunk sources into the
Yeah.
conversation who were like, "Why am I in here?" And they're like,
yeah.
Europeans or fucking British people will defend this country. Nobody's gonna fight Britain. Jacob.
What did I
don't think
miss?
anybody could take Britain. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh
what?
man, yeah, you missed
That
a
was
lot.
good.
It was
Oh, no,
fun
I
though.
saw
Fucking
the on stream the shall we say Oscar-winning speech from Dan. You know, the 7-hour
Oh, yeah.
monologue where the guys next door going, "Get off stage! Get off
Yeah.
stage! You're on time, come on!"
They
You
were
know what I
playing
mean?
the music, man.
And,
No, yeah,
and,
so-
you
well,
can't
so after-
silence me.
Right?
Yeah,
So
we had an
after
after party.
stream, the
Yeah.
after party, Dan and I got
Yeah,
into a
I'm glad I was in bed for that.
we got into a verbal tussle.
Yeah, we got into it, didn't
For
we? dude?
some-
It was fun.
And I was pretty drunk, and
Hmm.
I think I woke up on Sunday, and Josh told me that I disowned him, or my wife told me that I said I was gonna disown you or some shit like
Yeah, you
that.
said you were going to
I
disown
didn't.
me.
I didn't mean that. Dude, I
'cause
didn't mean
we
that
had a
at
little
all.
we had a little shuffle over if anybody could take over America. You were like, "Fuck you, disowned you, you piece of shit." I was like, "All right."
Oh, it was hilarious. What are you drinking, Jake? Talk to us.
I am drinking the same as last week, the 12-year the Macallan Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, double cask. And since I didn't last week, I want to read this right here. The Macallan Double Cask, 12 years old, reveals the unrivaled commitment to the mastery of wood and spirit for which the Macallan has been known since it was established in 1824. That's a long freaking time.
Yeah, it is. That's really well worded as
Mastery.
well. That is. That's
It
well
really
worded.
was.
Yeah.
It really was. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, no. This right here. So it comes with the color. Ooh, and I love this color right here. And it's called Harvest Sun.
All right.
Ooh.
What, the color of it?
Yeah. The color of it's called Harvest
So it's
Sun.
got like a
So that-
color profile. That's fucking
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
like that.
So it's called it says whiskey maker notes, right? So it's got the color and it's actually spelled with a U, which really upsets me a little bit, but I digress. Harvest Sun is the color, the aroma, same as last week. I think I said that. Creamy butterscotch with a hint of toffee apple, candied orange, vanilla custard, and newly felled oak. I don't know what felled actually means. My
Felled as
English-
in
probably
like cut
like
down.
recently
over.
chopped, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
bet. On the palate, deliciously honeyed ginger and citrus balance with raisins and caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel coming to the stage.
You love her, you like her.
The whiskey club.
And then with the
favorite dancer.
finish,
Have we decided yet on what? Sorry for cutting him, but what Carmel's song is yet for this coming to the stage? We've not, have we?
I would say Milkshake by that one
Kelly's.
chick. Hold on.
Kelly's.
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah. I
milkshake
like
brings
it.
all the
I like
boys
standard
to-
song.
yeah. Kelly's.
Yeah, we'll Google
milkshake
that.
brings all the boys to the yard. And
Nah,
like,
I'm saying pour some
calm
pour
down.
some,
DMCA takedown. Heads up.
pour some sugar on me.
So, hold on. Let me finish this because
Ooh, good.
the end of it is
That's a-
actually
that's a
called
classic.
finish.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oak lingers, warm, sweet, and dry.
And are you getting that? Are you getting all them things?
So, I mean the what was it? The custard, the vanilla custard. I don't know.
Vanilla custard.
Yeah, vanilla custard.
Why is that even a thing?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But you know, the candied apple.
That's going in the notebook for another week.
Yeah,
Why do we have
right.
Vanilla custard, 5-minute rant. What is that all about?
Yeah, but I will say this. Even though Talisker, I think I said this last week too, but I'm definitely going to say it again. Talisker was my favorite, but regardless of how expensive this bottle is,
I think as we go on through these episodes, we're going to have to make
this is
a
definitely my favorite.
tier tree of what we, a tier tree of whiskies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well,
like
we do
that.
that thing that all the streamers have been doing these days. You know, where they have the thing on screen. I think I saw fucking.
I need to stop looking over here. My
Tim-
camera's there.
Tim the Tapman or something the other day doing it, where they
Oh,
have
the tiers of like
five-
maps for a game or something like that, but you have
yeah,
whiskies instead.
and like people are doing it for like their favorite animes and all that kind of shit. We should do it. We should do it for whiskey one time. That could be fun. I think
Yeah,
that
I'm
would-
down
Kids
for that.
nowadays,
yeah, that'd be good.
What's
So
wrong
should
with
we
that?
should we chat about what's been like what we've seen this week? Like
May I please start?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, come on.
Absolutely.
Why
Can-
not? Let's go.
Can we
Let's-
discuss the United States president falling down the
Yeah.
stairs 3 times?
when what? So disclaimer for the people in chat, I might be a bit behind on these discussions. I've been out the loop for the week, but when? Please, that must be
Hey,
comedy
thanks for that
gold.
follow. Still
It is
plastics.
fucking
Yeah, still plastics. Cheers
hilarious.
for the follow. Thank you.
He was walking up the stairs at a brisk pace for what is he, 80 something almost? A little
well,
bit quicker.
78,
Hold on,
yeah,
he's not
79,
that old. What
Yeah,
is he
close
really?
He's in his late 70s.
Yeah,
He's
so
old though. You know what I mean?
He was hustling up those stairs, and that's probably not a good idea at that age to hustle straight forward on a flat surface. That fast. Upstairs, no, you're not doing it, bud. But they said it was the wind. But if his fucking
if it's a wind, either
is
way.
it blowing in the wind hard enough, your little frail ass ain't getting blown over like that. He falls not once, not twice, 3 times.
I didn't see this. I missed it. But
It is.
On the
hilarious.
third time, did he sing 3 times a lady?
He sat there, he rubbed his knee, and then he just got up and then just kept on going. Like, I mean, people make
Oh.
mistakes. I'm not gonna bash the dude. Like, obviously, I'm a Republican, but I'm not I'm not an idiot. So I'm not like, dude, he's got fucking Alzheimer's. See, he can't walk upstairs. Like, I have tripped up plenty of fucking stairs in my day. Okay, people do it. It's just funny. If Trump would have done it, I would have thought it was fucking hilarious.
yeah, back
love it.
golfer,
I love it.
back golfer.
Yes.
He's a willowy twig.
There you go.
A willowy twig.
I had a
Also-
feeling Pops was going to jump in and say
I'm-
something.
I'm-
Bella-
Hey, Dad, how you doing?
I meant to
I need to
mention.
see these memes. I've not seen them.
Can
I
we
need
pull
to see
that
them.
up on stream? I feel like we can. If
Yeah,
you go
probably
on,
can
it
find
is.
it. I meant
There's
to
a meme of
mention.
it
So,
everywhere.
Rob, so your dad stopped by last week. He's back again. Hello,
Hello, Padre.
Father Cox.
Daddy Cox.
Hello, Dad Rob.
Cox. Daddy Cock. Sorry.
We look exactly the same.
So
Right.
my mom actually came in the
2
stream,
seconds. I'll be back.
and then I saw her the next day, and I was like, "Did you check out the stream?" She was like, "Yeah, it was good." I was like, "How long did you stay for?" She was like, "Only about 10 minutes." I must say, Daniel, your language is atrocious. That's what you took from the stream is my language.
I love that. I must say, Daniel.
Oh, that's fucking funny. I think if my mom would have jumped in the screen in the stream, she would be like, "You're not drinking enough,
Ooh,
you
we're-
fucking lightweight."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
out
different
there,
stream.
The
You know,
Talisker smells
Americans.
real fucking good. Oh my god, dude, that Talisker has a way different smell.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Well, let's get a first-hand. Let's get a first-hand description of it. Go ahead.
I know,
Oh,
this is gonna sound weird, but
oh
it
my
smells like,
god.
it smells like Band-Aids.
That must be one hell of a strong wind, gentlemen. I'm telling you. Fucking jeez.
A strong win for a weak man. Let's go.
I've got the video up if you want me to.
All right, here we go on the stream, guys. Check this out. This
Oh
is
yeah,
the President
absolutely.
of the United States
Hang
having
on,
trouble with stairs.
I need to add it as a capture, right?
Sometime today, it will be.
Yeah, I'll be
the
there.
President of the United
Just keep
States.
talking.
I'm not. Look, we got to play the music on Dan. Your time is up.
Bear with us, chat. We've got a bit of a technical issue
Technical
with
difficulties. Daniel,
as you
I
can see,
must
Dan's
say-
just staring at his other screen going, what do I do? Panic, panic. Oh, it's all gone.
There we go.
I mean, at least he kept his composure, though. You know.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there it
What-
is.
There it is.
What is
No worries.
the
No
funny-
worries,
Wait,
Dan.
hang
No
on.
worries, Dan.
Oh,
Doom.
What?
I love how he stops and looks at the stairs going,
You son of
the
a
old,
bitch.
what are you
You
doing,
right.
Steph? It's not me, it's the stairs.
I thought
Yeah.
I
Yo,
could've-
and
I
after
could have
the
sworn this
second
was
one-
an escalator.
I'm surprised no one's hot-footed up the stairs to kind of pick him up, or
Oh, it's great. I love it.
that's a $5,000 suit gone to ruin right there.
Yeah. that's
Fucking good on the
awesome.
camera guy, though.
1, 2,
Sticking it to
and
him.
yeah, he definitely did.
We like that.
That's a hip
That's
replacement.
the
waiting to
one.
happen.
That's £250 on you being framed. That
I'm gonna
Oh.
come in with something.
That's it. Hold on. Daddy Cox says that's a hip replacement waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not far
This-
off.
that your taxis are going to pay for. So, let's talk about what Claiborne Griffin said about fucking Bill Burr.
Oh yes.
What
was
a
a deep one, ladies and
fucking
gents.
piece of shit! It was amazing. So, Claiborne Griffin, he's basically made a career out of being an arsehole. He posted on Twitter a photo of Bill Burr and his wife, who is she's black, and Claiborne Griffin thinks because she's black, he has something to say about a white man being married to a black woman. He said, "While I'm not now I'm reading this from Twitter. While I'm not suggesting Bill Burr's a racist, a white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. So you shouldn't assume someone isn't racist. Just are you ready? This is the prize winner. Just because they own a minority sex servant, they may very well have one because they are racist." So I've posted a link for you all to go onto that
It's
tweet
ridiculous.
and call that guy a fucking arsehole because he deserves it.
He really
What
does.
about that man?
Fucking idiot.
First of all, someone explain to me who the fuck is Claiborne Griffin?
Yeah, exactly.
No one important.
He's someone
No
who
one of
feels
import.
that he has the right to chime in on what you can and cannot do and who you can and cannot marry and
So
and,
Yeah.
and
And
apparently,
then go ahead
married
and
to
call
someone.
someone
on his
that.
website,
I don't even want to.
How
on ClaiburnGriffin.com, who is Claiborne Griffin? He's an author, a marketer, and an entertainer. Probably the three most pompous things you could put on a personal profile. Fucking entertainer.
he entertains his
Are you ready?
How-
You ready? This is how he describes himself as an entertainer. Some work and all play is how Claiborne lives his life. He enjoys hanging out with friends for laughs and games. Claiborne regularly hosts a popular board game night in Astoria. You fucking entertaining piece of shit.
Should we try to get him on?
Yeah, let's
Oh
And-
man.
What I'm thinking is,
entertain me.
Let's keep it as the whiskey club and not a bash club.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I
in
feel like
this
we can have an
day
open
and
discussion.
age, in this day and age, when you can get when posts can get flagged and removed from Twitter, like for all sorts
only
of things.
Republican posts.
We're not going to get into that because I think we've bashed that enough. But even the term minority sex servant to me
That-
is like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
He insinuated that Bill Burr owns his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and-
even though he tried to clarify and said I wasn't talking about blah blah blah, you were like you were referring to that thing, and then Like
You
even if
did
you're
talk about
trying to
it.
beat around the bush, you're making everyone think you know the connection that's going to be made,
Yeah.
and you're trying to cover your ass by saying you weren't talking about it, but really what you're doing is making that connection there. So in essence,
Yeah.
you were
And,
talking about it.
one thing he hasn't done is, and a lot of people who are fucking doing this whole thing at the minute about calling people out for shite like that for no reason whatsoever and making big ass reaches, is like they're not thinking about the like unintended sort of or supposedly unintended ramifications of what they're saying. You know, like what people can take from that, from saying things like that. It's fucking terrible. But I
What- and
think it's because of Bill Burr's fucking Grammy masterpiece, which I said I was going to show you guys now.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
You're right
let's
there,
see it.
Rob. You okay?
Hold on. Was that your first drink? What is wrong with you?
What the fuck is that?
You drinking
Was that the
Talisker?
Talisker?
Shit!
Is that the second bottle?
Oh, it's the fucking Talisker. Yeah. Good God, that is fucking wild.
Was that the storm in the sky?
I don't fucking know. It says
I'm
made
gonna
by the
need you to
sea, but
grow
that
the
hit me
fuck
like
up.
no, dude. That hit me like a ton of
is that the legendary
I'm going to
Talisker
need you to grow the
maelstrom?
fuck up.
This shit beat the fuck out of my mouth.
Daddy Cock,
Jesus
that's your boy.
Christ.
Yeah, you proud?
Yeah. Are you proud, Daddy?
No, fuck you. Come over to the house tomorrow and try this.
I've got a whole bottle
Holy
right here.
shit.
I've got a
No,
whole-
What is it? The
there's
storm-
no
the storm in the
possible.
sky?
This is a
Talisker
white
Sky.
one.
The sky. Wow, let's cross that off the list then.
I've drank Sky before. a
Oh,
few
is it?
times,
Is it
it's
this
good.
guy?
You
I
gotta get
guess
some.
this shit is. It's
Man, you can
good.
drink petrol and think it's fucking
Have you got some
tasty.
ice in there?
It tastes like petrol. It doesn't. Not
That's
that
why
I've
it's
drank
straight
it.
down the
It
Sounds
smells like
kinda-
Band-Aids.
Have you
That's
got?
gasoline.
Have you
It's
got?
good, though. It's got a lot of flavor. It's a good like. That'll wake you up. I'm up. Let's go.
Did you get
Yo.
ice in there?
No, it's. Oh my god,
Oh, that's probably why. You're.
man, that was fucking brutal.
Oh, Pops roasted
So-
you.
Yeah, I would say about Bill Burr. He hosted the Grammys, and the slot that they gave him was to host basically all of the. It was like South American music, more than anything. And this guy is. Did you say he's from Boston? Is he?
Yeah,
Is it
it was.
Boston?
Or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
It was
so,
Boston.
And we'll like Boston people, from what I know, people from
Or maybe
Boston
Mass-
are
Predominantly Irish.
well, they're
Irish heritage, isn't it?
they're Boston as fuck. Like they're very straight shooters, aren't they?
Yeah, Boston would
as they
probably
call them.
succeed from the Union if they could. They're their own little world.
So he, I've got to show you this because this is fucking brilliant. So he came on stage and
Shit.
he did this. What's
I
he
didn't go
done?
throw up. I got
What
ice.
did he do?
Yo, Pop says he's gone for milk. He needs some milk.
They need some milk.
So it's on stream now. You'll be able to see it now. There was this beautiful like piano piece and Bill Burr's opening to the Grammys.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to watch this.
So I'm gonna skip forward a bit so you're not getting all that.
He's nominated
nice
for his
piano
first Grammy
piece.
this year in the
His intro. You ready? You ready?
Janae.
Yeah.
How are you?
Was it Bill Burr on the
Was I the only
piano?
one who wanted to kill himself
no.
during that piano
Oh.
solo?
Oh, Bill Burr played the piano, mate. I was like,
Hang
what?
on.
I bought a
wait,
suit, Janae.
He comes on stage and he says this about that piano
How
solo.
are you? Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself during that piano solo? I bought a suit for this. I thought I was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron.
I'm not gonna play it all. I'll skip through some bits because I don't think I'm allowed to play it all.
That's
so,
wow.
So then he went on. He couldn't pronounce any of the names.
Bill Burr, dude.
So
Best Latin rock.
he fucked up the name.
Yeah,
All
he's,
right,
Bill
and the
Burr, mate. He
Grammy
doesn't give a
goes
fuck,
to
does he? You know what I mean?
he's he is a
Pius.
hardcore.
Cancel him because he doesn't
the only one
care.
who wanted to
Ah,
kill
fuck, I think
himself
I got the
during
wrong
He
bit,
goes
but-
to
He's fucking
Natalia
hardcore.
Lafourcade.
Here we go.
And I dig
Here we
it.
go.
Dude, you. Oh,
He
I will,
fucked up the name.
sorry. I will accept on behalf of her. If I butchered her name, I'm sorry. Natalie, you won.
Wait.
Natalia.
For Best Tropical Latin.
I think I've
Grammy
lost
goes
it.
to.
Yeah, I lost
The
it.
nomin-
Man, this is
I
twice
lost it.
tonight.
I fucked it. I lost it. Oh well. So basically, he does it. He he pronounces someone's name incorrectly, and then turns around and says, "If there's any feminists out there, I bet they're all sitting there thinking, who the hell is this cis white male presenting this show?"
Oh my god.
So
The thing, the thing about
Twitter
Bill Burr,
lit
is
up like a Christmas tree and just went to town, man. They,
he doesn't care because it's like he's a massive friend of Joe Rogan, like
Yeah.
massive friend, and they're both like it's like
Well, he's always getting bashed anyway for
yeah, it's
being,
like
all sorts of things.
he's
And I can
him and
see
Joe
why.
Rogan, I refer to him as like the kind of there are not our generation because they're a wee bit older, whatever. But there are kind of comics now, but they're old school comics in a way that comedy should be said. You know what I mean?
yeah, he could just say how it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
nothing.
how it
wrong
is.
with
Thanks for that follow. Say.
Say.
Yeah, so I think that's why he's been why that fucking Claiborne dingbot had a stab at him.
They came after him, didn't they? They came after him after the Gina Carano,
Gina
whatever her name was.
Carino, yeah.
Carino's got cancelled. He came out in defense and said, "Look, I know Gina. She'll stand by what she is and says." And it's like he hates the cancel culture, like massively hates it.
Yeah.
And it's, obviously,
Alex, you can't say the cancel culture or the shock factor is dying out because there's a reason
not.
that most of the top comedians have a shock factor to them when it comes to think
Kevin Hart even.
Kevin Hart has, I mean, he does say some funny shit, and
you imagine if Eddie Murphy's Delirious and Raw was released today.
It'd be horrible.
Oh my
But it was
god.
one of the
He would
great
die.
stand-ups ever.
One of the best stand-ups I've ever watched.
Yeah.
But he goes after everyone.
And and nobody's off limits, and that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how it should. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But one
That's
thing
comedy,
you've also
and
got to remember,
you cannot stop that.
as Archivist said, like the shock factor, which is dying out and all that shit. Like, I comedy is an art, I think, and
Yes,
it
100%.
is. So with comedy being an art, who the fuck are you to dictate what does and what doesn't work? It's like going to an artist, a guy who's painting something, and go, that doesn't work these days. That's shit. No, fuck off.
Yo,
man. Let the guy do
Picasso,
his
you're
art.
fucking. Your painting is trash, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like Da Vinci, you know that painting you made or that sketch you made of the guy with like fucking there's, like, arms? Yeah, we're not for that. It's like, was it Vitruvian Man? It's like
So talking about comedy, you guys want to talk about a little bit of politic comedies?
Go on.
Biden to talk to Putin at some point after a Russian leader challenges him to live talk. So what happened is the Russian president issued the proposal in response to fury in Moscow over Biden, agreeing with the characterization of Putin as a killer and demanding he pay a price over allegations.
This is great.
His government interfered in 2020 in the elections, and so Putin basically said, "I would." So this is a quote from Putin. I would say, "Stay healthy. I wish him good health." I am saying this without irony or tongue in cheek. And then he also went on and said, "I want to invite President Biden to continue our discussions, but on the condition that we do it actually live, but with no delays, directly in an open, direct discussion." So we're talking about comedy. I would love to see this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
would get.
That would be.
Oh.
Well, did you hear what Putin's one-liner answer was to being called a killer?
No.
What was
He
that?
He turned around to Biden and went, "Takes one to know one."
Shit.
Oh yeah, whatever you call me is what you are called yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. It's brilliant, man. It's great.
And all Biden had to say
Go
was
ahead.
just at some time we'll talk.
So this Talisker, just to go back to this real quick, sorry, is apparently it doesn't say the sky or anything like that. It just says it's called the Talisker 10-year.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
it could be a different edition. I mean,
Yeah.
It says a classic island whiskey from the Isle of Skye, aged for a minimum 10 years in American oak casks. Diego's classic malts. Okay, there we go. Diego Montoya.
yeah,
Diego Montoya.
And then fucking-
loves it. Loves a bit of whiskey.
It's
That's why
a
it's fingers.
bonfire. The palate is a bonfire of peat crackling with black pepper, with a touch of brine and dry barley. So that's why this is the most flavorful flavor. Yep,
Yeah,
It-
that word. Yep,
like-
flavorable.
Is it bad?
flavorful.
Blood.
Get the word.
No,
Bad.
the more that I
I'm
drink
fucking
it,
my words up now.
the more that I drink it, it is fucking good. Like this is a sipping whiskey right here. Like this will put some hair on your chest and fucking, and it's good. It's really fucking good. I would recommend.
Yeah, but you
trying
don't need any more.
son. I
In my
shaved.
in my opinion,
Shave.
I didn't get to see it. You didn't
You
show
should
me.
call me.
Has anyone got
Back
anything?
to,
Anyone got
back to the
anything
Putin
else?
and Biden thing.
Anyone got anything else from this week? So Archvisit has said chat about meddling and elections and stuff like that. I was listening to a thing earlier and a podcast earlier. It was Jordan Peterson and Douglas Murray, and they were saying about like in every election in the world there is some form of corruption, but only a small margin, a small percentage, a very small percentage of it will be down to corruption. But the issue in America is that the winning vote, the winning party, probably won by a similar margin to the amount of corruption that there is in the system. Do you know what I mean? So,
So I was
I don't think it's corruption. I think it's just an agenda
I
push.
was
But
listening to a podcast about this, and not about corruption as well. It's kind of similar in the kind of the polls ways. It's talking about it's more of a Twitter based thing, and the fact that obviously you go on Twitter and there's certain subjects, and you get all the kind of fanning of the flames of a certain subject, be one way or the other. Now, listen to certain people who are in the know, ex-intelligence agency services people, not that have kind of come out and said that you'll have these third-party nations that actually have dedicated divisions that are meant. That's their sole job, is to sow division amongst the West. So I'm not going to name country. Well, fuck it. It's like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Russia, China, them sort of people. They literally have cyber divisions that will create Twitter accounts to fuel division to fuel the fans of flame.
Oh shit!
On a subject. And this is
they will.
confirmed through intel reports, through the various agencies, and the states have got, British have got, NATO and them sort of things. And they will sit, and it will be a targeted attack, a cyber attack, if you want to call it, against a subject.
Yep.
To fan that subject.
Yeah.
So and they were saying at what stage do you realize that subject is actually the true representation of that country's narrative? If you know what I mean, because you can't really trace who fucking, you know what I mean, John Smith fucking 251, where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then that kind of ties into the same with obviously political corruption. You can't really trace where that influence for the inflation or deflation of a certain side's polls, where they come from.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting back to the whole meddling in elections, it's probably a true thing on the poll sort of sense, but also on the Twitter sort of conversational sort of sense.
I agree. I think there is other countries, other sort of state actors pushing certain agendas through social media, and because every fucker uses it, right? Everyone's using
of course,
it nowadays. So it is a thing. It is going to happen. We just got to learn how to sort of pick the wheat from the chaff and figure out what the right information is. And really, that's down to us. I mean, it'd be great if there was someone there policing it, as we were on about last week. But let's not fucking hope and wait for that. Just kind of use it. I think
that's a moot point. To be fair, I don't think that'll ever happen on a social media platform.
Yeah, we got anyone else? Anyone else got anything?
I got one more thing. So when you get vaccinated, right, you still have to wear a mask. Why is that?
It's not immediate.
No, obviously it's not immediate, but after a week or two, you should be able to not have to wear a mask.
No.
Technically, then
I
you're.
thought you meant like when you go to get. Okay.
No,
I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you why.
So from what I've read into this, because I've actually been reading quite a bit into the whole kind of vaccination effect, if that's a sort of term you want to go for it. So it's like any sort of vaccination. It's not a vaccination against your ability to transmit a disease, or or something. It's a vaccination for your body to fight your infection against it.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the COVID vaccine isn't a case of you get vaccinated, you get your double dose, single dose, depending on what one you get, AstraZeneca or the Oxford, that sort of thing. Single dose, double dose. It's to protect you as a person. But
Yeah.
you can still
carry it and transmit.
You can still carry it, not suffer from it, but you can still transmit it.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
That rolls on to the fact that regardless of whether or not you've, so say for instance, I'll take Scotland as an example. We've vaccinated about, I think, 2.1 million of a 6.5 million population. Obviously, we're kind of a very rural country in some places. Even if we get the 6 whatever it is million vaccinated, will we then be allowed to be demasked and socialize as what we used to call normal? Or will there be a new
Thanks for
normal?
that follow, Surefoot.
What's that?
Surefoot, thanks for that follow.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Welcome.
Sorry, I missed that.
You're good. Keep going.
Or would it be like the fact that we would then become like some of the Far East countries where you wear a mask day to day as a kind of a normal thing, not because you want to stop yourself transmitting COVID. Well, that would be one of the causes, but it becomes a norm where even though you're vaccinated, you wear a mask out in public until you've got into a situation where you don't have to mask anymore.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
that will
and then-
become the new norm. There's going
So
to be a
here's-
lot
here-
of people wearing masks.
We'll see what Gibraltar has to offer after this, because they're the first ones to be completely vaccinated, and we'll see if they catch or transmit or something like that, because they're talking about a second wave, a different
Yeah.
Well,
COVID
they're
coming
talking
in
about
already.
a third wave coming through Europe.
The
at the minute.
variant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
different.
We just got put back on. We haven't
Yeah,
even come
yeah.
out of lockdown, and we're back
I've
again.
listened to the radio.
What-
It was
what's been 2-3
Germany,
weeks?
Spain, Italy, and
2 weeks?
maybe
France.
France are talking
Yeah,
about
France.
a third wave coming in and certain
Yeah,
lockdowns. coming in.
apparently our shit got hit hard.
Yeah.
But you're talking about sort of masks then, and when's the point after
Oh,
your
yeah.
vaccination and that sort of thing? Do you demask? I was watching a post today on Facebook, and it was so Texas has just dropped. I think don't know when the post was from, the video was from, but the day before the video was obviously captured, that's when Texas dropped their mask mandate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Yeah.
And this woman went into a bank without a mask on, and the bank tellers called the police. Police came, asked her to leave. Fair enough, she was a bit of a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I don't have to wear a mask anymore, but common sense would dictate if the people in the bank are asking you to leave.
That's not common anymore.
No.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But if I was in a bank after, it's just a mask mandate had dropped yesterday in Scotland, and I was in a bank, and the bank tellers asked me to leave because I wasn't wearing a mask, I'd probably be like, okay, fair enough, I'll leave. She didn't, whatever, please come in. And they arrested her for not wearing a mask, even though she was like, I don't have to wear a mask, it's not mandated. But then, does that become the private company's policy where they can dictate to the person that enters their premises that you have to wear a mask?
And where does it go
where-
from there?
Where does it go from there?
And
Yeah.
how are you
Yeah.
going to let? How is
It-
how is those companies going to let everybody know? Because not everybody's going to go online and be like, "Oh, let me check
Front
if
door.
this guy will let me
Yeah,
wear a
door,
fucking
right
mask
on
or
the
No,
not."
it's in the front door. And I
Yeah, right on the door.
honestly think that, like what Rob was saying, the new norm will be we will probably have to wear masks in public.
It's
Yeah.
impossible
Yeah.
for
Well-
this not to come out with more people wearing masks.
I mean, when you're in the States, right, it says no shirt, no shoes, no service. And nobody complained about it back then either. You know,
No
when you walked in with
problems.
no shoes and they told you to leave. You
Yeah.
know, but obviously the whole thing for me is, okay, all these people in Gibraltar, all of them got vaccinated. Every single one of them. Not one person's not vaccinated there, right? But they still face new threats they face the threat of new virus variants. Being vaccinated is absolutely no carte blanche to then behave without any restrictions.
Say
Yeah.
carte blanche.
Leave
Yeah,
him alone.
I
Damn
don't know how to
American
say it,
man.
right?
Carte blanche. Come on.
Carte
whatever.
blanche.
Yeah.
Carte blanche.
I get your
Come on,
point. I
dude.
get your point.
You said it wrong as well.
Ricky, that ain't carte blanche with me, buddy. I'll tell you that right now.
Gibraltar was
blanche.
a kind of a weird
Yeah, but-
example.
But my thing is everybody's gotten vaccinated there. So what's this whole get vaccinated, everything will change once you get vaccinated? That's bullshit. Then
It's
Yeah,
not
but
going to change for a while, man.
I'm saying Gibraltar's a weird kind of example to set. Yes, they might
Yeah.
be all vaccinated, but Gibraltar's probably, I'm sure Whiskey Mo can
it's like
clarify
49,000 people.
Where the fuck is
Yeah,
I-
but he can probably clarify. It's probably like, I don't know, fucking 10 miles
Notice
square or
maybe?
something. It's not very
Yeah,
big.
it's not very big.
But
No.
it's got a land border with Spain, which obviously is continental Europe,
Yeah.
which people can freely go back and forth with a European passport at the minute, even though it's technically out of fuck knows of the EU because
Yeah.
But I get what they're saying in a bit, because anyone can cross the border with the, I don't know, the fucking Martian variant of COVID, whatever we want to call them nowadays. And at this stage of the game, we still don't know how a
Yeah.
variant affects a vaccine.
Mhm.
I still think, regardless of where we are with how lockdown eases, you're still going to have probably 5 years of tentative steps in the way of how you deal with a reaction to a variant. That's why, like, Rob's point is massively what I think. I think we're still going to be wearing masks in
Yeah.
Tesco's 2 years down the
When we
line,
go shopping and whatnot. The thing
which
is,
it doesn't bother me, to be fair. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't really bother
it's
me.
a small like kind of thing to do. It makes people feel comfortable. Like it's not.
It,
It's
but
not
it's
harming
massively
anyone.
situational, because
I'm
if you
not
think about
comfortable
it,
with it on.
so if you open up the pubs
Yeah.
to the normal status, are you going to have 50 people in the pub wearing a mask standing
Well,
up?
yeah, of course. That's not going to happen. Especially after a few beers, people are going to start getting a bit.
So
Yeah, if I'm drunk,
where's
fuck
the
that
point of
mask.
kind of
Yeah.
where's the point of crossing where you have to wear a mask in Tesco's, but if there's 50s in a pub at 11 o'clock on a Friday
But
night, you don't have to wear a mask?
I think we moving forward. I do think, as you guys have both said, we are going to have to start we are going to have to wear masks for a while after this. Maybe for good.
I think
who
it comes
knows.
down
But
to a lot of-
also, we've got to remember as well. Like, I know this fucking past year has been long as shit, and this past year has felt like a lifetime because of the circumstances and situations the situation we've all been living in, like throughout the world. But one thing that you need to remember, like, a year for a pandemic is fucking nothing. It honestly, and in the history of our fucking planet, it's just such a tiny, minute amount of time. And
The Black Plague.
to add to that, there's also the fact that, like, a year for science to figure shit out is not enough time. It really isn't enough time.
Nowhere near enough time.
I think we need a bit of, like, I know it has been fucking hard, and I've hated every fucking day over this past year has been horrible, man. Because I haven't been able to go out and gig. I haven't been able to go and see live music, which is my fucking passion, the thing I love to do. And it's fucking destroyed that. But
I thought them guitars were for sure. You
yeah,
actually play
I
them?
don't actually play on it. I play the I play the triangle, but
Triangle. Yep, love it.
But, like, it's a small fucking price to pay popping on a mask. If someone asks you to, then just, like, there's no one's
Yeah.
taking away your fucking freedom. No one's, like, hurting you. No, just do it, man. It's just it
See,
makes people's
If
lives
if
easier.
anything, the majority of us look better with a
Yeah.
mask. I mean,
Whoa,
Honestly, yeah, I agree with
mate.
that.
No one wants to see this.
Although, no, I've
this
been working on
shit
this
nose
beard.
and bloody lip. You know what I mean?
And nobody
gotta
gets.
I mean
to-
that's
I want to.
true.
Can I get
I
one with
don't
a
grow
bed?
this for other. I don't grow this for others. I grow this for me.
I want a
But-
mask
But
with,
kinda-
others.
with
If
a
people
patch
don't
on.
have to look at my nasty
So,
grill, then
I'll be honest,
I mean,
a mask really impedes on Dan's ability to get children into his van with that
Fuck
mustache.
you.
So I feel like
Not
I've told him for like 3 weeks now. That man needs to get some wax on that mustache.
not when I'm wearing my PT shorts. It doesn't. Dude,
6
I-
Nation.
Thank you for your service.
It's just the angle. It's the angle of the camera that gives me the long nose. That's all I'm saying.
I was
But
out.
I do agree with Six Nations' previous comment. It's like a year and a half ago, it would have been, the weirdo kind of, what's he doing with a mask on? But I
Yeah.
think, like, I hope it's not the same. But, like, when my children are older, I honestly think it's going to be the norm. I really do.
It might
I think
be.
the mask will be the norm
I
from now on.
worked when I used to work events, like before COVID. So in 2019, was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. when I did EGX.
The years are blending,
I
man.
don't know. Hey, when did I do it?
Yeah,
The years, honestly, the years are blending. I
Yeah,
forget
man,
what year we're
they're
in.
going.
It has been a fucking quick couple of years of
when
nothing.
I did EGX in London, huge fucking gaming event. I mean, it's fucking massive. Goes on for a week. A lot of game devs and stuff like that come over from Asia, and they all wear masks. And that was before.
That's
that was
the norm for them,
pre-COVID.
innit?
So, if like a nation of people on the other side of the world can do it, then we can do it, man. It's to me it's a non-issue, and just.
But then you go back to, you say like a nation of people can do it. Obviously, people from the Far East, and I'm not generalizing because I know there's obviously multiple nations from the Far East that have different rules, as in different government types. But some obviously have that whole. This is what I said at the very start of this, and I'm sure Bello probably might remember it, but Jervo, and then when I was talking about it in our chat way before Whiskey Club kind of became a thing, was Westerners as I say, Westerners as in us. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
Western countries.
we not all of them, but I mean a lot of them have the individualistic approach to life, whereas a lot of Far East countries have a collective approach to life, as in what's best for everyone. Whereas here we have a what's best for me, and if it's not good for me, then you can get fucked. And that was, to me, that was our biggest downfall at the start of all this. It was all these people going, I'm not wearing a mask, I'm not staying indoors because I want to do this. And it's like, hold up a minute, fuckface. It's not about you.
It's about everyone.
It's about everyone.
About human species.
It's not
all right. So hold on. On that note, let's go ahead and move on. And I would just want to point out. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do the poll thing.
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Good, you crack on. That was good.
All right.
That's a good P.
All right. So as everybody has seen inside there, Top Whiskey Mod has been putting in exclamation point poll for one of our topics. It's going to be one of the things that we talk about. You can either vote on should monarchies be abolished, or is super straight transphobic and promoting hate. So go ahead and vote on that, and we will discuss that later in the stream.
We're changing
before we do. Let's kind of define, so people that aren't up to snuff with what's going on with the super straight movement. Apparently, the current trend is to label people as super straight if they are not comfortable sleeping with or being in a relationship with someone who was previously a person of the other gender, who have changed genders. This is not to say that that's a bad thing to do or anything like that. Don't care. Do what you want to do. Makes no difference if you want to be called a she or a he. I will call you what you want to be called. We don't care here. That's fine. Do what you want to do.
To vote. Just type. It says at the end, vote with monarchies or super straight for your chosen topic.
Yeah, type either monarchies or super straight
to get the vote.
So if you say, I don't want to be with someone who was previously a man who is now a woman who's transitioned to a woman, then you're considered super straight and transphobic, according to some people, and that's the question that we want to discuss there. But other than that, there's also the monarchies. Should they be abolished? That's also a good topic here, but I will say nothing. Yeah, monarchies or super straight.
Yeah. So we changed the format. The way we've done it in the past 3 episodes is, we chose a topic each and then we spoke about it. But we weren't too happy with the way the format was running, and we were fucking rambling a lot. So we changed it up. We'll do 2. We all decide on which 2 we're going to pick, and then we'll have one that is picked by you guys in chat.
Dan, before we jump in, just in chat there, so Moobot's not Moobot. They're saying that one of the words is banned by Moobot by default, so the poll might not
It's
work.
probably transphobic.
Whiskey Top Mod, can you get on that, Whiskey Top Mod?
I can see that right now. It says that currently added 1 new vote to the poll. 5 total.
So it is adding. It's banning the word, but it's still adding. It's still
cool.
It's still counting as a vote.
So should we get into our first topic of the night, as we're now nearing an hour and some change? Hour
Sure.
and 7 minutes here.
Time
Okay.
is a human
Alright.
construct. I thought I'd let you know. You know what I mean?
So tonight's topics, we do have a couple of really good topics for you guys tonight.
Yeah, we
That
do.
are going to be very. They're not as controversial as our usual topics. One of them maybe, but one of them also is very important that you guys tell us your experiences as well, so that we can discuss these. So this stream is going to be very chat reliant, very heavy on relying on you guys and your contribution to the stream as well. So we'd like to hear your opinions on definitely one of these topics. I forget what the second one is, but who is going tonight first? I believe it's myself and someone else. And Josh. Okay.
You want me to go ahead and do mine first?
Do you want to
Rock, paper, scissors. Yes.
Yeah, let's rock, paper, scissors.
All right, do you go on shoot or do you go on rock, paper, scissors?
So
rock, paper, boom.
paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, same here.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Rock,
paper,
scissors.
You're slowing
shoot.
down. No, you're slowing
God
down.
damn,
No,
yo,
you're
you
slowing down.
guys are
Ready?
fucking
Ready?
wow.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're fucked, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Paper. Let's go.
See,
All right.
you see what I was saying about corruption and voting? See, Rob slowing down there. Just fucking
Fair way to vote.
corrupt
Stop
Republican
it, you
motherfucker.
fucking wow.
All right.
All I'm gonna say is in the vote at the minute there's a 1% discrepancy. So you know what I mean? That could be like 7 million votes.
Blame Russia. It's Russia, them damn killers.
Russia
Goddamn.
coming here fucking with a poll.
Putin, you're gonna fucking pay. Bah.
All right. My topic
Let's go.
tonight
Let's
is-
go.
My topic tonight is going to be on paranormal experiences. All right. I always do some weird shit, but I feel like I always want to hear about people's paranormal experiences, things that they've seen in their life that maybe can't be explained, with like normal explanations. So I'll tell you mine. One time, and this is like the one that I've had that just baffles me to this day. So we lived in this house in Maryland on a land that was supposedly, I don't know if this was just a rumor. It probably was just a rumor. There was like a farmer that lived there and his daughter died or some shit like that. But the whole land was haunted. The house was like fucking haunted. My dad will attest to this. He told me that this house was crazy. He like, man, wow. Now that I think about it, I've seen two things in this house. So we lived in this house growing when I was in high school, and my dad had put together the wires for the phone and shit like that. He went upstairs and then he went back downstairs and all the wires were undone. And he swears to God to this day that happened. He was like, yes. And then we always saw some weird shit. You always could see shit like just randomly, you'll see like a figure move while you're watching TV in the living room, all the way like far away towards the door. You would see a figure move every now and then. And the closet door to the pantry would open every now and then by itself. It would just slowly open. And my stepmom, these are all experiences that happened in this house. My stepmom, oh, you're a dickhead, Dad.
He made it all up.
All right, but either way, stepmom had made cookies or some shit one time. They were on the fucking counter, and they randomly, the whole pan flew off the counter, right, and burned a hole in the ground, like a little hole in the floor that is still there to this day. Then one time, my stepmom and I are sitting at the fucking the kitchen. I'm sitting at in the kitchen table, the dining table, and my stepmom is standing by the kitchen. There's a space in between us, and then a room that no one can leave from except for in the space between us. It is a entranceway to a like the TV room or whatever the fuck you want, a living room, I guess. And there's no other way out except for between us. Well, all of a sudden we hear this noise, just a fucking pitter patter against the ground, real heavy, and we both see a shadow figure on the ground, like just out of the corner of our eye, shoot across the floor. Fucking newspaper and the mail flew off the counter from the wind of whatever came by.
Who's with you right now?
My stepmom.
Okay.
And we both looked. So she thought it was my brother Dave. So she gets on all fours and she's crawling around the corner trying to fuck with him because we were young. I was like maybe 17 or so, and Dave was probably 16 or 15. And so she creeps around and I'm like, what are you doing? Because I can see in that room. I said, there's no one in there. I don't know what that was. And she creeps around, and when she gets in there and there's fucking no one there. But we both, and this is what scares me, is that we both saw the exact same thing, saw the papers fly on the ground, and no one was in that room. Then more recently, my father and I are in the basement. Granted, we were drinking a little bit and we were watching TV and shit. But we're in the basement.
That's where it starts.
We're in the basement.
Titanic,
he built
when
like a
Rob
bar.
was 17, Dan, we talking about the 50s.
Fucking war. Yes.
All right, fuck you, Titanic.
Nice.
So, where my dad built this bar in the basement, and I had put a lighter on the it was my cell phone. Put my cell phone on a fucking flat surface, perfectly flat, guarantee it. Dad and I are sitting at the bar. We're looking at the TV, watching, I believe, a football game. We're just watching the TV, right? All of a sudden, I swear to God on my daughter's life that this fucking phone went and came off the fucking thing like this, pow, right off the fucking table onto the floor. We both went, "What the
That's good.
fuck?"
That was a good catch.
I swear to you, he says we were. All right, fuck off. I promise
You don't talk to your daddy like that.
It's insane. It is weird. That house had some crazy shit. It wasn't a ghost that was like fucking with us or anything like that. Well, it was fucking with us, but it wasn't like trying to be scary. Oh no. Oh no, I have another dream. Another
yeah.
This isn't a dream.
Dream.
So this,
Alright, Marley,
Is there-
calm
is there
down.
a
Are
conclusion
you
to this
fucking
story or what? Come on.
lying?
this is the last one. This is the last one.
Are you reading off a script here or what? Come on. Where's the end of the story?
This is it. I was in the bed. I'm sleeping. My fucking closet doors are slamming, right? I hear them in my dream. I'm screaming. I'm telling my sister to leave me alone. I said, "Get out, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep." Closet doors are slamming. Stop slamming my
window.
closet doors. I think it was either my sister or my dad came running in, like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you slamming your closet doors?" And I was like, "What?" And I'm laying in bed sleeping. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was having a nightmare. My closet doors in my dream were slamming, but they also heard them slamming. So I could have been sleepwalking. I've done that before, but I'm telling you, this house was fucking haunted. That is my
You sure it
experience.
wasn't? You sure it
What do you
wasn't
got?
Dan coming out of the closet?
Could have been Dan trying to raid me. Raid my closet.
Before we get
Live
into
on
the
Twitch.
whole, before we get into like everyone's kind of things about paranormal, obviously activity, and obviously I would like to see us from chat as well. Is the initial thing is I always think of when I think of ghosts and that is, what do you think happens when we die?
That's a different
it's-
episode. Now you're
No,
changing
but it's not because so it kind of it blends into the same sort of thing that there's
We get
Totally,
that-
you could totally do
depending
this.
on how you die, we get carried by Valkyries to the Hall
Yeah,
of Valhalla.
but
See, I
in
like
a-
that. That's nice.
in a
I
kind
like
of
that one.
in a
It's
kind of
better.
science kind of physics biology, it's that sort of thing. It's the obviously us as a human we're an energy source,
Yeah,
Does
that's a
any-
whole ass discussion.
and the but it ties in the same way that we're saying paranormal experiences. Do you think they're real because you think that when people die that energy source burns out like a battery,
No,
or does it convert into something else?
no, we were talking.
No.
Did you have any paranormal
I think we
things
should table
happen to
that
you?
one. I think we should table that one and discuss it. at
Yeah,
another, 'cause
I do.
that is a
Let's put it on the list.
whole
Whack it.
Yeah.
Whack it on the list.
I only say it because I'm quite that person. I've never had one, and I'm looking to kind of see what you say and how you
Like,
kind of.
Yeah, we
I
can.
haven't had a
next week.
paranormal experience as such. I did I did a Ouija board thing once with a group of friends, and like that kind of paranormal stuff doesn't really freak me out. I don't really scare because I'm a bit of a science nerd. So I'm always like, yeah, there's a reason behind that. There's an explaining. There's something you can
See.
do. There's a reason behind it. It could be X, Y, and Z. But the Ouija board thing, like that creeped me the fuck out. That I was a bit
Ouija boards, man, because I
And-
always don't trust my friends. I'm like,
and
you did.
halfway through it. Well, no, I was with. A
Are you
bunch of
telling me you
guys.
wouldn't trust me with a fucking Ouija board?
No, I wouldn't trust anyone with Ouija board.
Mm-mm.
No,
Ouija
I
boards
was,
are weird.
the bunch of dudes I was with. It was a bunch of squaddy mates I was with, and we were all like, yeah, we used to take the piss a lot out of what was that fucking TV show with the dude who'd like
Oh, Derek Okoye.
Derek, that's it. Yeah. We used to take.
You
we-
get haunted or something.
Yeah,
like that.
we were always like the whole paranormal scene's a fucking farce, is bullshit, and we thought, well, let's try and prove
I'm
ourselves
offended, Rob.
wrong. Let's try it, and we did. We tried the Ouija board thing, and that was fucking strange. That was a
It
bit
is
weird.
weird.
But I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like from what I was getting at before is that I've never had one, but I do believe that
Yeah, I mean,
ghosts
I
are
can-
real because I believe that when we die, it doesn't end there.
Yeah,
Like Jake was saying, something happens after,
Yeah.
whether it be
I
Carried
can-
to Valhalla or fucking.
I
You
can
know what I mean?
explain.
You were brought up on a
haunt
scary
your
ass
parents
farm,
for not
Josh.
giving you fucking Iron Brew when you're 12. You know what I mean?
Josh
that's
was-
what
I hold on, because mine's gonna be the quickest. I have never ever had a paranormal paranormal activity.
What's
Never.
that paranoia? You
Never.
definitely had paranoia before.
Yeah, he's a vet.
Yeah, I've definitely.
He's a vet. He's a paranoid. Of
Yeah,
course he
yeah.
has.
I get on my phone.
There's that, but paranormal,
Okay.
nothing.
Well, for me, I've had one definitive where I can literally say 100% that this was some type of ghost. It had to have been. I was driving my 4-wheeler and I was jumping it nonstop over this little berm. I think I was 10 years old, and I lived on a big, huge farm. We had barbed wire fence in the middle there. So anyway, the back brakes ended up coming off on this thing, so I couldn't slow down, and I was fucking hauling ass to hit this little tiny jump. I'd go up like a foot. I thought I was cool. But anyway, so I hit this fence, and I hit the barbed wire, and I took down 5 metal posts and 2 wooden posts, and each post is probably 2 meters apart, right? So you're talking about what? How? Oh, shit, I can't do quick math. So you're looking at about 14
You shouldn't do
meters.
quick math when you're drinking.
So yeah, so you're looking at about 14 meters of barbed wire wrapped around my quad, wrapped around me, and I remember right when I hit it, though, I remember seeing my grandfather. My grandfather passed away about a year and a half before this, and this is no lie.
Heart disease.
And I remember seeing him sitting on my quad right in front of me. I had this little bench right here, and he literally was sitting in front of me. And he said something, but I couldn't understand it. I couldn't hear it, but I could see his mouth moving. Anyway, and yeah, and the barbed wire was wrapped around all around my arms, wrapped around my belly. And I remember my mom, she came running out, grabbed me and stuff. And I had my sweatshirt was literally cut all the way around me, like a razor cut it all the way around me. There was no like cloth or anything stuck to the other piece. It was fucking nutty. And I had just had a scratch in my hand where I pulled my hand like this. I jerked. That was it. It's fucking nuts, man.
So where you should have died, you were safe.
Yeah.
So you're
No,
telling
100
me 100%
100%
with
should've died.
no lie, 100%. You saw during that moment. You saw your grandfather.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Yes.
I believe you. I think that's crazy.
I really did. He was sitting right in front of me, and he whispered something to me, but it was like a
There is
and
there
that's
is
all I heard.
the thing called DMT. It releases this certain thing in
Mhm.
your brain that
Yeah.
that in these moments maybe of stress or
you're
or
in my
fear.
realm now. This is
Legit.
my kind of
Someone please submit that as a subject 1 week.
But
DMT.
how-
Should we all go on a DMT like
Hell
vacation
yeah.
one time?
Never.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Okay,
walk
never.
in?
Obviously,
I'm-
the
Nope.
constraints of
booking
my
it.
service
I'm
not allow
booking
me
it.
to do that right now. But when I get out of
Okay,
the
let
army,
me-
I'm going to do that right now.
I'm booking
Let
it
me
right now.
rebuttal
I'm
this.
booking
Let me rebuttal that what he just said about DMT. But how do you explain my sweatshirt literally being cut all the way around my belly to where it should have gutted me, and I just had a scratch on me?
Oh, no,
That's it.
I mean that could be anything. It could be luck.
That's
it could be
luck.
that could be divine
Yeah.
intervention.
Dude,
It could
luck.
100% be. See, the
It could
thing
be.
that I
It could
think-
be that the gods had you fated.
Yeah. The thing I think about it is when people talk about like, oh, well, physics states this, and I'm like, we only know physics of our universe. Like we
Yeah.
don't know physics of the rest of the fucking, or not our universe,
Well,
but
that's-
our observable universe. We don't know the physics of the rest of the everything. It could be completely different. Fucking cause. It goes cause and effect, but fucking billions and billions of light years away, it could go effect cause. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Backward time.
Well, that's
it doesn't. We
that's
don't
the
know.
thing that vexes me a little bit is like people. There's like fucking maybe millions of smart as fuck people investigating paranormal shit. And it's like we don't even know shit about us that we're doing right now yet.
We don't know shit about the ocean.
Yeah.
We haven't even figured out the water.
So stop
What is
talking
it like?
about that.
Five,
shit.
what is it like? 5%?
Shouldn't
Yeah.
we? But shouldn't we discuss it as a species? Obviously, you got people who do water, you got people who do this. Let's explore the paranormal sort of shit.
Yeah, but
'Cause
we,
it's-
can we?
You want to go ghost hunting?
I've been saying this. I've been
I
saying
don't
this.
I'll do a
think.
ghost
I
hunt,
don't
dude.
think any fucking one of you would be able to last during
So,
a fucking ghost
I'd
hunt.
get, I
So
would,
I-
I
I've-
would,
and
I've got- I've got
I
a
would pay the
story.
equivalent
got
of
me on that one.
500.
Well, I've
whatever
got-
you're
Into a
fucking-
mouse.
I've got a story on this. It's not my first hand experience, but when I was when I first started gaming back in the early 2000s, I was part of a group of kind of me that was like 15, 16, and a couple of older guys, and one of them was his profession. He was a psychiatrist doctor or a doctor of psychiatry that worked in a mental institution, but his pastime was graveyard camping.
Sounds like he needs a psychiatrist.
Well, psychiatrists all need psychiatrists. They're all, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have to be a bit gone in the head to be one, I think, to be fair. You know what I mean? To understand the psyche of people. But he would do it, and he he would he'd always say to us that it's the I'm not denying that it does exist in the paranormal realm, but he was saying it's the situation of it that kind of imprints you on what happens. And he's obviously said he's seen multiple ghosts, poltergeists, that sort of thing, because of the situation he was put in. And I kind of always thought that before lockdown happened, me and my wife were trying to go to. There's a place not far from where your dad lives, Dan. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a hotel there that does one of the murder mystery tours, but it's a ghost murder mystery tour.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because the hotel in this local area has a lot of sightings. But I always thought, was it being that sort of guy that's open minded to it all? Is it more the situation you go there thinking you're going to see ghosts, and you might see
And
something?
then you actually do it. So I want to point out what Lord of the Slides put on there, right? Here's an interesting one. Might be the Hitchens angle. You could treat this as a likelihood thing, which is more likely that there are suspensions. Thank you. There are suspensions in science and nature to our favor, or that human minds and senses are highly flawed.
I'd like to hear an elaboration of that, because it sounds interesting to me. And
Do you want to get him into the call or something?
I was going to say, is this the opportunity we have to have a call in?
I
if he's willing
think
to do
so.
that?
If he can.
Mike, if you're at your computer, I can shoot you an invite on Discord for you to jump in.
Yeah.
If you would like
just don't
to.
turn your cam on, because it'll screw up all of our cameras.
Yeah. So just come in and voice.
We have a very sensitive setup here.
I'm up for that.
Dan works very hard.
So
you're sensitive.
Before we get him in, I'm thinking
and
kind of
hard.
on that sort of point. I'm thinking that obviously you think back to hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago. I mean, 1,000 years ago, when before the established religions of nowadays were put in, the old religions kind of they always talk to the beyond. Here he is. Let's go.
Oh, you might have to. You might have to mute yourself, Mike. Mute your audio.
Here he is.
Hang on a sec.
Bear with us, chat. We're just kind of.
This is our first call in, so we're still working on
We'll get
this.
it tied up and then we'll get it in because
We don't have an official ring, phone, house phone yet.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you tell them,
what's up?
what does this mean? They don't know. But
Mike, if you just mute your
go like
Twitch
this.
window, it should be fine.
They'll go like this.
They go like that?
Yeah, they won't do this anymore.
I don't
because
like
they
this.
don't know flip phones. They don't know
What
flip
is
phones. They
that?
know these phones. So go
That
ask
was
a kid.
that. Hold on, that was before
While-
flip phones. That was
while
that
we're waiting
was
for
that
Mike-
was the whole fucking hello.
But while we wait for Mike, what is your first experience of flip phones? Mine was the Matrix when Neo gave it the whole fucking. I know he's on the drop one, but
That's not a flip
but the
phone.
Hello.
was it
Is
the
he back?
Razor?
Hang on, I
I
think
had
he's
the
back.
Razor.
It was
I had
definitely
a
the Razor.
Nokia. Well, I used to steal my stepdad's Nokia. Sick, dude. It had this, and then you could pull out the antenna. It was like pop the bottom.
So you were born in the 50s then? That's what we're saying.
Oh
was
shit!
I'm not that
early
much older than you
90s.
guys.
You're fucking.
95.
You might even be older
oh.
than me.
And Mike,
yeah,
are you all good? Are you all sorted?
Yeah, we're
I
great.
think so. Does
Oh,
this
okay.
work?
Yes.
Oh
does.
yeah. Oh yeah. We can hear you, brother.
Ah, evening.
Just
Hello.
turn him down in the Discord chat if you can on your. little bit. There we go. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, just if you could, we appreciate your conversation there in the chat. That's a very intriguing statement there. I'd love to hear more, a little bit more elaboration on that, because I mean, I definitely want to know about that. So yeah, man, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'll do my best. It's difficult though because Hitchens was much cleverer and much more eloquent than me. But I think this is his angle anyway. He would. He essentially thinks that it's more likely that humans, being the pattern-seeking beings that we are more likely, after hearing stories and anecdotes and whatnot of other people who have heard and seen and felt these things. I think his thought was that it's more likely for a human to almost make these things up rather than the laws of science and nature changing or being suspended. I think his angle was more of a religious thing, but it can be applied to the paranormal stuff as well. So what we've got to think of, which is more likely, that we are flawed and our senses sort of fool us, or that science is and nature is sort of defying physics in our favor, and that's an important bit because we're small in the grand scheme of the universe. We're very small things, but it's almost natural for us to think we're the center of it, which I think you've covered in previous chats. So for that to be true, it's hard, this.
Yeah.
I think, according to this angle, if you were to believe that these things were real and that they were happening, you would have to be closer to the belief that we're more important to the universe than we are, and that science changes so that we see what we think we see.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Does that make any sense whatsoever?
Yeah,
Before-
it makes
before we-
total sense. But
before
science
we-
changes every year.
Before we jump on, I'll just address Titanic's comment. I don't think we put him on the spot. I just think it's a really hard thing to kind of articulate in a way that
Oh,
you can
yeah,
kind of
definitely.
discuss it. I think
Yeah.
from what I got from what you're trying to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, is from what we've heard and what has kind of been passed down to us from, say, previous generations, kind of points us in the direction that, like you said, we are bigger than what we are in the universe, and we look to see. Well, we look to see and confirm that we are bigger than what we think we are. So we kind of prescribe to them stories and that narrative that once we go, obviously past our kind of lifespan, that there is something there beyond that for us to cling on to.
So is it like the
which might
I
not
see
be
positive? Is it like the thing like if I see positive things are happening. If I see negative
manifest,
things, negative
yeah.
things are happening.
I think
you're
what you see is wholly dependent on what you believe. A Christian person or a Catholic person raised as a Catholic, going to church all the time, will see certain things that we see as everyday happenings as
We'll
miracles.
see them as a miracle.
They'll see them as miracles of God. Atheists or agnostic people will see them as maybe something
revolutions of the
spiritual,
world sort of thing.
things
The
that have
normal
happened in our
happenings.
favor.
Yeah.
Like a Christian, Josh, for your situation, a Christian would say God intervened and saved me that day. I would say, but I would say, okay, you just got lucky. You didn't get fucking eviscerated or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
But it's all wholly dependent on that. But then at the same time, it's like I trust our science for what we know, obviously, and things like that. And maybe this is just me being ignorant as far as what happens after death and blah blah blah. But it's like I trust our science, obviously, in what we know in the grand, like in this area, in this thing. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like even our smartest person in the world is an ignorant fuck when it comes to.
Don't
when
you
it
dare
comes to
talk about
cosmos.
Stephen Hawking like that.
He's dead, mate. So he's not here anymore.
Go
He
find
might be a
go
ghost
find
for all
an
we know.
alien fucking billions of light years away. Come over here and be like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. That doesn't make any goddamn."
Check it out. So I
sense."
just wanted to read. Hold on. I wanted to read this right here. It's called Hitchens' Razor. It says the burden of proof regarding the truthfulness of a claim lies with the one who makes the claim. If the burden is not met, then the claim is unfounded, and its opponents need not argue further in order to dismiss it.
All right, can you explain that in layman terms for
Who
people?
the fuck do you think I am? Who the
I
fuck
don't
do you think
understand
I
what you
am?
just said at all.
All right, so it says the burden of proof lies with the person who claims it. So basically, Rob stated that he saw some paranormal shit. he
I don't have
has
proof.
now the burden having to prove it because
don't have proof.
otherwise it's
if I
not.
wanted to, I don't have. I know what I saw, and I know, and it could be explained by science easily. It could be explained by science, probably. But
I just wanted to. I'm not
like, don't ever
picking on.
come at me like
I'm
that
not,
ever again.
hey,
I'll
look,
do this goddamn thing.
you're
So,
talking to my
let me
guy
just-
out wrong.
Personal
Do it
experience.
again. I
Mike,
stab you in the face with a soldering
Mike,
iron.
what we're saying is what obviously we said now is kind of, is that contrary to the point you were kind of trying to make, or is that kind of, how does that reflect the point you were trying to make? If that makes sense. I know I'm not trying to put you on the spot again, like chat's saying. We're not trying to do that. We value your input. That's why
Sure.
we got you on here.
I don't think. Are you referring to the Hitchens razor thing?
Yes.
I don't think that contradicts it, but I also don't think it helps it. The Hitchens razor thing, it in essence is it's the job of the person who's making the claim to find the evidence for it. The point I made, it's sort of weighing up concepts in a way.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Like you believe, you see what you want to see. It is like kind of the essence of the thing in like layman terms is like, hey, like, if that's why these miracles and things like that heavily favor us. Like, hey, our conscious will continue. We will have something to cling on to. Life is not meaningless. We're not just pieces. We're not just tiny fucking cogs on a huge ass fucking system. You know what I mean? Like,
So that being said, because I don't 100% believe it, does that mean I'm not going to see it?
Is that what I was going to say? Does that then,
I don't
like Jake
agree
was
with.
saying, kind of
No, but
it
for you to
reflects on
interpret that,
for you to
Hold
interpret
on,
it
hold on.
that
'Cause
way, you have to
I
have a
want to hear
sliver of
Mike's thought on that.
that's not what he
Sorry,
said.
what was the most recent thing you said? Sorry, I was on a trail of thought and now it's gone.
You're good. You're good. Because so my question was, because I don't 100% believe it. Is that the reason why I have never seen it?
Well, I think some people would argue the case, but you do see and hear stories of people say, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in any of this stuff. But this thing that I saw and heard and felt has bothered me to this day. People hear stories like that.
It's like non-theistic people having near-death experiences.
Yes.
And when they come out of those near-death experiences, they no longer have a fear of death. They say, I know for a fact, now this is their belief, I know for a fact that nothing, or that we're good after death. Like, life goes on. You know what I mean? Now, they could have been non-believers 100%, but that experience, which once again, I can go back to the DMT situation.
Here comes in the pattern-seeking beings element. So the person who doesn't believe it, you could say that because he's a human being, and we naturally look and see patterns. We see faces in clouds, we see faces in inanimate objects. You could attribute some of these experiences to that phenomenon, perhaps.
All right, got you.
Okay.
See, what you said that led to sort of you coming in is human minds and senses are highly flawed. The one that stands out mainly to me is the human minds bit, and that's purely because I kind of feel like the sort of afterlife thing and paranormal sort of activity, I think is in part kind of our minds playing the trick on us, and to people that do believe in it, like for instance when Rob explained the things that he saw and Josh's sort of kind of divine intervention, if you want to put it that way, is partially a part of our mind's condition. Our minds are conditioned to the point of where we're constantly trying to do something, achieve, and it's like this kind of, what's the word, underlying thing of trying to seek what we're meant to do and where we're meant to be going with life and success and stuff like that. And the comfort of there being there's a sort of comfort for our mind to think that there's an afterlife, because that's not the end. And it's almost because we don't want that hunt to being successful and finding out what we're meant to be doing and what we're meant to be achieving to end, and we go to the afterlife and there's still something there for us. That's what I sort of perceive that kind of last bit of what you said.
Sure.
it seems to me like an obvious. It seems obvious to me, like religion and the afterlife, heaven, things like that are built to ease the fear of death, and
Mhm.
simply
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like
massively. Yeah.
you're just scared to die, and this is why I subscribe to the Buddhist point of view, which I absolutely love. Is that yeah, your consciousness, you're not going to be the same person or whatever after you die and things like that. And then we're kind of getting off topic here, but like your energy, like they said in physics and things like that, energy, you can't, something cannot just become nothing. You know what I mean? Like a
I
flame
don't.
doesn't.
I don't think we're getting off topic. I think it's part and parcel of the topic. It's like the paranormal experiences that people have had is evidence that, to me, if someone has a full on paranormal experience, that then is in a way an evidence that it doesn't end in death. So in the physics part of it, which I was trying to get at before, it does change and it does convert to something,
Right.
Yeah, that unspent
whether that
energy.
be whether that be ghosts, portal guys, whatever. But like I said before, it's like I wasn't trying to get into the fixed sort of thing. I was trying to get into the fact that I might die tomorrow, then I'll convert into something else. Then I might be a ghost that someone else might experience. They might not see that as something that did live or might have lived,
Mm.
but it's that conversion of kind of um, energy that becomes that ghost or poltergeist that reflects back to that person having that paranormal experience, which might give them peace at saying, you know what, I've experienced something happening in my physical lifetime that helps me on the way, like Rob was saying, the kind of it doesn't end the Buddhist sort of thing, that it moves on beyond that. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I
Yeah.
might
Can
have
I make,
paraphrased or waffled on, but I'm trying to get to the point where it doesn't end and kind of
I
you
mean,
might be that ghost for someone else down the line.
Yeah.
yeah. Can I make a final point before we move on here, just with like what you said? So I wholly believe that like when you don't just stop existing, like you said, like you become something else, right? I don't think your consciousness will move on and you'll be, Dan or fucking John the Tree
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
but I do wholly believe that when you die, you become something else, like your energy or something like that, just as when the rain falls, the rain is not dead, right? The rain is gone, the rain is now a cloud, the clouds fall, they're now snow, the snow is now a river, the river is now a fucking ocean, the ocean is now a
The
cloud. Boom.
It's like
circle of
Literally just different, you're
life.
just in a
I'd
different
be
state.
happy to die, get buried, and turn into fucking fertilizer or
And you
whatever
will,
for the horses to
will,
eat their grass. Then
you
happy
100%
days, you know what
will.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
just
then what
turns
happens
on,
to the horses?
Yeah.
keeps going.
You're now a part of the horse.
But
Now the horse shits, you're now a part of the grass again,
are
it's
we?
just
Can we
constant.
before
So,
we
Mike, are we just waffling, or
That,
is this kind of tying into the point
that's
where you're kind of getting at, or?
that's the first law of
I don't think
thermodynamics.
I don't think you're waffling. I think it's interesting that these different ideas are being explored. But the question I would want to ask now is, what do you mean by energy? Do you mean the potential, physics potential energy that's in all of us? Because in that case, I think if you looked at it scientifically, when we die, our our energy is converted into heat and into other things. But I suppose then you could go the Buddhist angle. It goes into everything else.
Yeah, the
yeah, I was the
soul and the
Buddhist
soul
angle.
kind of.
Do you? But by saying energy, do you mean something else? Because some people, I think, would say consciousness is a type of energy. In which
What?
case,
Yeah,
they've got
but
some uh, they've got some scientific observations to do.
I don't think it's a
so when,
scientific observation, but I think it's a kind of
yeah,
as
but when I
go,
hear energy in
go on,
my
Josh.
head instantly, when I hear energy, when somebody says your energy is going to turn into something, I think of your energy,
Your
your
life energy.
Yeah.
chi,
Yeah.
basically
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is dissipated across the world, and now you're
The rain,
there.
the clouds,
Yeah,
yeah. Or
yeah,
it could be the case of like,
not really thermal, but just
yeah,
there.
but your energy could be,
Like that tingling feeling when
Well,
somebody's
yeah,
watching you.
it's
You're
not.
that
I know what
feel.
you mean. It's like humans have. We do have, and there is ongoing research and
Aura.
well, not an aura, but there is ongoing research and some evidence to suggest. For example, like I know if I'm sitting in this room and my wife sneaks in and she's trying to
Yeah,
make me
you feel
jump,
it.
I know she's in here. And
Yeah, we've all had that.
and everyone sort of has that feeling where they turn around and is someone there or whatever, and we all
I guarantee you right now, everyone's had the feeling of walking up the stairs, and you look back.
I don't look back.
You know when the lights are off and you've obviously
I don't
shut
look
down the house
backwards.
tonight, you've locked the doors, you're going up the stairs, go to bed. I've always had that kind of sneaky little feeling down the spine that, fuck.
See, I get that.
Someone's behind me.
If I'm laying in bed if I'm on the side of the bed laying down,
that's what this kind of training does to you, John.
Someone is staring at my face right here. It scares the shit out of me. But if I'm laying in bed, I feel like there is a face staring right at me. I can feel
is that a primeval thing that's kind of built into the DNA? The whole
that's what I'm thinking. It's like I think
That's
it might
fear.
be like a
that's
fight.
just simple fear.
Yeah.
It's part
if
of your.
I'm not scared.
If I didn't know anything about like look at animals for example, they don't know. Well, maybe they understand life and death and things like that, but not the way we do. So they don't see things as miracles. They don't see death as like this thing, but they will peacefully, when they know it's their time to die, they'll peacefully go and die. You don't see them running around going, "Fuck, what's going to happen now?" They just go, "Well, I'm done."
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's because they don't have the reasoning to understand it.
We don't understand it. We just have
we don't even
fear of
understand
it.
So
we have reasoning to understand that it is the end of something.
Before we bimble too far off topic.
Yeah, true.
I think
that's true. Let's table that.
Yeah, I think we should table it. I do think there's more conversation to be had on this.
Massive.
I think it's really good.
I half hour I can go.
I want to say,
I
Mike,
love this topic. I love this topic. And
we could talk about it forever. Mike, thank you very much for your input.
We die.
And your
thank you very much for coming. Joining us, having your say.
That.
Yeah,
our first call in was
and I get out of here, smart ass.
I'll just put that out there before Mike leaves. Mike, I might be away for a course for a few weeks, so talk to the boys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I happen to know Dan rather closely, so
talk to the boys.
Very close, very close.
There will be a cam spot available. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
and we love your views all the time. We talk about them all the time in the chat. We talk about them all the time.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Matt here. He's too goddamn smart.
It's a pleasure to join you.
I need a little boys break. I'll be back in a second.
No worries. Cheers, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks. All right. The
How
next.
Do we get him out? Oh, hang on, I can't do this.
I think you're
there
right.
we go.
You just kick him.
He's
God, he's a little bit too fucking smart for me.
Mike, a bit of background. Mike is the guitarist in my band in Searchline.
Oh shit!
And yeah, him and his family are all super fucking intelligent, and it's annoying.
I was just thinking.
They're all super intelligent. They've all got really good teeth, and they're all good looking, man. They got all of the gene pool.
So they're American.
So they're great white
No,
buffaloes.
they're British. They're British. they got all of the gene pool.
Hold on.
That's awesome.
Hold on. Great white buffalo.
Great.
Great buffalo.
I don't get it. I don't get the reference. I don't get it.
Oh my god! Go watch the fucking. Was it Hot Tub Time Machine?
I saw that a while ago, but I've moved on a bit.
Come on,
dude. I'm 32.
I need you to grow the fuck up.
You need to grow,
or grow down. I mean,
so hold on. Hey. So let's move on to the next topic. It's
Great White Buffalo
person. You talk a lot about humanity and the world's problems. Which one would you solve, and how would you do it?
High blood pressure.
No, mine would be, honestly, I know the boys are gonna laugh at this, but water to everybody.
I do agree with you, man, because there are so many fucking people in this
clean water.
How many? In fact, I'm gonna look for it right now, and I reckon the number will fucking astound you.
Yeah, it's huge. Of how many deaths?
I do agree that
not clean water.
One of the problems in the world.
Oh, here he goes with this fucking water.
Fucking solving is it clean water, man? People, everyone in the world should be able to get it by now.
Yes, 100%. We can launch
hold on.
We can go to fucking Mars, but no water for people in rural areas that can't disinfect water. Or
Rob, I love you. I love you, Rob, and I definitely do not agree with you on this one. I believe that nobody should ever die of thirst. I'm with you, Josh.
I agree.
Motherfucker,
Here we
I
go.
didn't say you should
I
die
have-
of thirst.
Hang
There
on,
he goes.
hang
with
on.
his water.
Fuck Rob.
I have the numbers, and this is fucking mind blowing. I thought it was going to be mental, but not this mental. So this is from.
If you die of
the-
thirst and you don't live in the desert, then maybe you should start drinking the fucking.
This
It's
is
not
from-
even living in the desert.
Hang on, wait. So
Nah.
it's estimated that 790 million people, 11% of the world's population, don't have access to an improved water supply. 790 million people. Why? Why not? Fucking the world.
What are the countries?
We're
there
on
are
Mars.
bigger problems. There are
Regardless-
bigger
regardless,
problems
This is
than
a
eating
bigger
water.
problem.
No, how is there bigger problems than not being
No,
able
okay,
to
okay, don't
hydrate?
take it-
You want to talk about like
That is a trickle down problem. You need
I'm going
to
to clip
solve
that and
the
I'm going to get your
problem
ass
of the
cancelled on
fucking-
Twitter.
No,
you
no.
piece of I'm kidding.
I agree. I agree partly with Rob, and I'll explain why.
Thank you.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't agree with the
Nobody
whole
should
kind
ever
of-
die of thirst, and nobody should
No.
ever die of hunger.
I said partly. I agree
You
with
can't
the
be
fact-
fucking half and half. You can't sit your fucking butt cheeks on a
Let it
goddamn
go.
fence on this.
on this one I can in the fact of the way Rob worded it. Well, not worded it, but his kind
How
of
did he word
statement.
it? Because I couldn't hear him with you talking.
I wasn't
Let's
talking, I
go.
was
I
actually
wanna
worded
hear-
it. Okay.
Let's go.
Since
Let's
you
go.
agree
I
with
want
me,
to.
I
I
wanna
want.
hear it.
I want to hear this too, John. Please.
Rob talks about obviously fixing the problems from the top down, which I do agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And which problems are those from the top down?
as in
Let's stick with water right now. I don't
no.
care about.
Let John
okay,
finish
yeah,
his
okay,
point,
let's
and
talk
then,
about
then
water.
we'll get.
But
we'll get to that.
when you spend 6 months of your life, and I've obviously been alive 30 odd years, when 6 months of them lives, it affects you in a way mentally that changes your kind of whole outlook on life. With the fact that 150 meters, and that is not a fucking exaggeration, by the way, 150 meters away from you, there is children your own age beating each other for water,
Yeah.
where you're sat eating 3 meals a day, big meals a day,
You ever give those? You ever give one of those kids one of your waters or
Fucking-
one of them?
all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Every chance we got.
I love you.
So basically,
love
I'm not going to get into the politics of it because it wasn't our politics, Dan, and I guess it wouldn't be your politics as well, if you know what I mean, military politics.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
But who we were working for had a very distinct separation between where we worked, where I went to the bar Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, got absolutely levered, could drink whatever I want, and 150 meters away, over the end of my camp, was kids, and I will not even like. You could stand on the observation point, and they would be beating each other to get to the cleanest water source in that 25,000 man camp.
Yeah.
How I say man, you know what I mean, camp. How does that work in the grand scheme of humanity?
Yeah, well,
That's-
that's the thing. So that was part of the question: is which one would you solve and how would you do it?
You
Yeah,
think,
but you
And we
can't.
still haven't even finished that topic.
But
yet.
but that's why I'm getting to Rob's point. But you can't solve that fundamental right at their level until you solve the level at the top. Because it wasn't their inability to get water. It was the people above them and people that
exactly.
drove the fucking
Yeah.
Mercedes through the
The
fucking-
ones that are
Yeah, so-
hydrated. It's hard for them to
No,
give the ones that aren't hydrated water.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
looking
So,
at
Get
like
the
no,
fuck out of
Jake,
here with
you
that.
said-
Like,
you're
No,
talking
no,
about-
no, no, no. We're not talking about that level. We're talking about fundamentally at the government level in Africa,
Yeah,
which is
that's
one of the
exactly where I'm
one
referring.
of the worst places for that kind of
Like dysentery, all sorts of everything.
that
Just no
kind of.
water, lack of water. Just
But there's
every-
not. That's the thing. There
there's
is.
not.
I mean-
There's fucking water. It is a known fact
It's
that
the
Africa
infrastructure.
is one of the most mineral and resources rich continents on the planet. But it's mismanaged by the people that are in charge
Horribly
because they're only after their own fucking goodness and they don't care about their own people.
Like
And
I
when
didn't-
you're driving 10 kilometers to deliver some stuff, and you turn up there, and there's kids clawing at you for a fucking biscuit or a bottle of water,
Yep.
and you're throwing bottles of water. I'm like, how have you not got this?
Yeah.
I
And you-
agree. I think water
would
is a
be.
human right. It's an absolute human right. Hold on. And
Is massively.
Food.
yeah, but the problem is, Josh, and this is what I was saying. You say that like we're going to Mars. We shouldn't be going to Mars while there's people starving and things like that. All right. Millions and billions of dollars are sent in aid to Africa and other countries that don't have the water.
Yes, there
the
is.
water, the water and the supply is stolen by warlords and other things like that. So that's
Yeah.
when I say you have to solve the problem from the top
Yeah.
down, because saying send more water is only going to feed the fucking warlords and the people that
Yeah.
are killing people.
I
Okay,
agree.
there's a solution to it then, like the question says, and how would you do it? So I would go take out all those fucking warlords.
But then you just breed more. That's the only thing. But
Yeah, but in
I
America
see-
we
that
didn't
is-
breed more.
What your
We got
argument
rid of you.
completely shits on the
It's
argument.
the same thing. No, it
Yeah,
doesn't,
you know,
because-
did
no,
you
it doesn't,
did
because
you
even
put quotes on
Iraq-
you?
No, because in Iraq, right? Yeah, it bred ISIS, but the government did that. We did that to ourselves. But either way, that's a different topic. So in Iraq, right before the Saddam was holding all the water supplies and everything and giving it out in trickles. You know what I mean? And since we took it over, people were able to get their own waters and their own filtration. Because I mean, they have filtration units that date back from like forever through the whole little sand. You've seen them. They have like the big ass cement blocks that would go from one thing to another thing to another thing, a little filtration unit, right? And now those are open to the public. So I don't understand what you're saying that that's not going to work, because it's working there.
Well,
It's worked
Iraq
in
is
the U.S.
because
it's worked
what
in,
needs to
it's
happen.
worked in all the other countries
Iraq,
that have been taken over.
surprisingly enough, is far more well governed than Africa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
Now it is.
Josh, I think what you're better off doing is, rather than just going in and fucking killing the warlords, which is not all you're gonna do.
No,
is,
not yeah.
or-
Go kill the warlords, of course. Take them
or-
out. I
yeah,
said.
or take them out.
the equation.
All you're gonna do, which we know from modern policing in our own countries, is that when you get rid of a gang,
One, you get another.
well, no, you don't get another. It opens the market for other ones to take over, and that gang
Yeah,
becomes
so you
bigger.
get another.
So maybe the better way to solve that is that there needs to be harsher repercussions for the governments or the people in power that aren't doing what they're meant to be doing with that fucking money that they're being given.
I agree with that.
We're giving them. We're
That's
giving.
what the people.
we're
Though.
giving.
That's not from the top down.
No, from the top.
Yeah,
when
no, it
when
is.
we
It's-
give that billions in aid to them,
Yes.
and they don't put it on improving their infrastructure and improving the human rights situations for the people.
yeah, then the
for
people
the
of that
people-
country should take care of it.
No, because
That's
they
what-
can't.
like, in Iraq,
They
did it.
can't take care of
how-
it.
Example,
It's on-
example in Iraq
It's
again.
on us.
So
It's on
it's-
us to take care of it. It's on
Yes,
us
yes,
as
I
fully
understand you.
fully developed Western
it's not.
civilizations to not just give them the money and then for our government to go, well, I
No.
feel good now. I've given them money. What they do with it,
I
it's
think,
not
I think
my
we're,
problem
I think we're,
anymore.
I think we're getting,
That's-
we're getting
that's-
too.
That's a
I think
fraction
we're getting
of it.
too far
That
into
is
this.
that is a fraction of it, Dan.
No.
That is a fraction of it, because
Let me
Josh
rebuttal.
is also right.
Let me
The
rebuttal this.
people
So,
also have to.
in Iraq, right? I've always said it. There's millions and millions of Iraqis, right? Millions of them. And how many are politicians running that country? Maybe 1,000.
a
How
handful,
the fuck are a million people
comparatively.
suffering, and they know they're suffering? Every human knows
Fuck
when
yeah,
they're
they do.
suffering, what's right
But-
and what's wrong. You
but I
know
think-
that.
I think we're
So
getting too.
why don't those millions of
I
people
think we're getting far from the
take it back?
question.
Yeah, we're moving
I thi-
away
I
from
think
the
we-
question. Yeah.
I think we're getting to the point where obviously Dan said water. I'm thinking, how would Dan solve the water problem? for
Yeah,
that? So ho-
rather than
ho-
yeah.
As in, we can be here for days, weeks, months.
Okay,
talking
so
about
we'll do it
political
this way.
situations.
We'll do it this way then. With this question, Josh has said water. He would improve the facilities for water in countries that don't have it
Yeah. like Bill
by
Gates.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Everyone look at that because
Oh,
it's a fucking
amazing.
bold cause, wicked cause, and the
Amazing.
world should be fucking supporting that, but it's not.
Yeah, but they're saying fuck
but-
Bill Gates. He's just
But
doing it
that's
for political reasons.
what
I
you're
love him.
saying, Jake.
Stupid.
What would be the humanity or the world's problem that you would solve, and how would you do it? We'll take turns.
It's a tough question, man. It really is.
Yeah, that really is a tough question. Get rid of the fucking liars. And how would I do
Back
it?
on the line.
Hold on.
We're back to the
Shut
liars.
Hold on.
This guy.
I have a perfect movie for you, dude.
Chop their fucking heads
What,
off.
liar?
No,
Chop
there's
their
a
heads off.
movie. There's a movie with
how
Ricky
I would do it.
Gervais where lying doesn't exist. It's called The Invention of Lying.
The invention of lying. Yeah, it's great.
And it's where lying, you would love this movie, Jake. You should totally watch it. It's in this movie, lying doesn't exist in the world. People don't lie. They just say what they want to say, right? They
I
they,
love
they
that.
don't know how to lie. It hasn't been invented. And then he figures out how to lie. And since there's no lying, everybody just believes what he
Oh.
says. So he's like, yeah, I'll take $1 million out of the bank. And they're like, you don't have that in there. He's like, I should. And they're like, oh, well, okay. Here you go.
But
It's
before we
hilarious.
continue on, I'm just going to
No,
ask
well-
one thing to everyone in chat. What will be your one thing? So while we're discussing ours, put your one thing
yeah,
in the
let's
chat.
see a couple. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, put
That
your
would be
one
good
thing
to
that
see.
you would
Yeah, of course
solve
I'm
in the
back on
world.
liars.
And
It's a
then,
big
and then
problem.
we'll talk about ours, and then we might
In fact,
address one of
rather in
yours.
chat
Yours.
because it moves quick, do it in the Discord chatting tab. Do it in the
Oh,
Discord
fuck
chatting
yeah.
tab, and then we can track it quite easily.
Fuck's sake, I've only got 2 screens. Jesus.
I need you to
More
grow
modern
fuck
now.
up.
Okay, so Jake
I
said
the water. Jake wants to get rid of liars
by cutting
killing
their
them.
heads off.
Yeah,
By
cut
cutting their
heads off.
fucking heads off.
I have 2 kind of.
Hell
is
yeah.
you
It
need
makes
water?
it
Score
makes up
one,
it
one,
makes up for the
one.
lack of mine.
All right.
We need one.
No, go for both of them because it makes up for
No,
the lack
he,
of
he
mine.
might steal mine.
No. With the water thing, I want to go with the Josh's. I feel like when we send water and aid over there, we should also send security guards and have them defend that until those people are nourished and
Agreed.
things like that. All right.
That'd be good
And
shout.
I think we should police that area. I feel like
It's a 24/7
where
job.
human rights are being violated, that is our responsibility to step in and make sure that human rights are not violated. I agree with that 100%. Water is a human right. Those people should have water.
Skull.
Don't think that I'm a fucking piece of shit because I think that you should pay for fucking water that's delivered to your goddamn fucking sink. Okay. Totally different than water that you should just fucking be able to drink.
Yeah.
But now also, I think that child slavery and child like sex slavery and abduction is my big fucking problem here. And I feel like we should devote a shit ton more money to these task forces that are coming out to hunt down these people and to save these kids that are being fucking taken and sold and all this shit. These fucking sick bastards. It
Yeah.
fucking exists no matter how blind you want to be to it. It 100% exists. There are fucking auctions for children out
can
there.
I
It's
chip-
disgusting.
Can I say something to that? Just real
If
quick.
you ever
No.
interrupt
No,
me,
no,
I won't
you-
get
No,
to
you
my
cannot.
point.
Don't ever fucking do it
Um,
again.
No.
Is that it takes people from the US and from the UK that are ex-forces or ex-special forces to start up their own little fund to go and do that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
well,
ridiculous.
it's not just us and them. It's it's more
Wait,
than that.
yeah,
I get your point.
But
Yeah.
like
People don't have the
why-
balls to stand up at adversary. Adversary.
What's yours saying? It takes a hard man to. I can't remember. I'll get back to it.
But
But
like
yeah.
why is it taking them guys to do it? Like, I'd love a job like that.
Oh my God, I
that
would
would be
immediately do that.
that I would maybe we should do it. Whiskey Club.
You
fucking,
want to because you
Whiskey
want to
Club on tour.
You want to talk about PTSD? Those motherfuckers got some serious PTSD because you don't see the rainbows of fucking running through and saving kids and they come running into your arms and you bring them back to their families. What you see is kids that have been raped, that have been
Yeah.
fucking tied up,
systematically.
starved, and you see that in
And that
person.
imprints on them guys as well.
That will affect you for the rest of your life. You have the feeling of I saved a child, but you also have the feeling at the same time, which is probably much more powerful, of
Yeah.
how the fuck is this happening?
It's like I was saying
Today.
before when I was getting on to my point about the whole kids over the wire, and I'm sat there with 2 kids at home who have food, water, electricity, internet, fucking clothes at hand, and I'm sat there going, why? Why? Just that one word. Why?
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
you know. Right.
I hate that. I hate
I'm-
that fucking word.
I'm quite an emotionless person when it comes to being sad. Like that doesn't. It's not a thing that gets me, really.
It's not
But
sad. For me, it's anger.
I remember watching a documentary once where this reporter, he went to Afghanistan, and it was like Afghanistan so many years later, after sort of most of the troops had sort of pulled out, and there was no active sort of aggression towards what was going on, and like he was interviewing like ISIS, ISIS like commanders and stuff like that, and enemy commanders and terrorist commanders, and seeing all these shops and stuff and how life's going on. And then he went to a school a hospital that treated kids who were being injured by what was the conflict that was going on in the country. It fucking broke me. I couldn't watch it. I had to stop watching it. I was in fucking floods of tears, but they weren't tears of this is upsetting, this is sad. It was anger. I wanted to pack a fucking bag and get on a flight and go and do something about it, you know? Because it is. I totally agree, Rob. I think that is a fucking bold point to bring up, and I tip my imaginary hat to you.
I see a hat on your head. It wasn't imaginary at all.
There you go. Come on, John. What's yours?
I've got 2. One I was going to.
You can't tell him he can't have 2, and you can't have 2.
No. So I had 2. Well, I had 1. In my
Corruption and
mind.
democracy. It's happening again.
I'm just giving you shit.
I had 1 until Lord of Slides put something in chat, which kind of piqued my interest in a way that. So I would get rid of. Not. Is it get rid of or one of the worst problems that we can sort and then we can fix or sort of
Yeah.
thing?
Well, it's
which
what
one
would you
solve and how
what
would
would
you
you
do it?
solve and how would you do it? Yeah.
So to me would be, and this is a kind of a weird kind of outlook and tangent on life, is religion.
You fucking took mine, you piece of shit.
Mainly because I'm a Listen to me.
No.
No, I'm not talking about full religion as in I'm talking about doctrinated religion, as in doctrinated, as in
Explain that.
you by your prescribed religion.
So you want to take away someone's freedom of?
No, as in
Okay.
You can be a Catholic, Protestant, a Muslim, a Sikh, Buddhist, a Hindu, whatever. Okay, you can be, and you can prescribe to their belief system, but it's you put me on a tangent here, but it was more the case of I'm a child of the kind of Star Trek generation. The fact that for humanity to move forward,
It's not a religion.
you've got to deshackle from the constraints that divide it.
Yeah.
So for me, always, I'm a atheist at heart. I don't prescribe to any religion at all, but I prescribe to good morals.
Subscribe.
Or whatever. Subscribe to good morals. But
We love you.
get rid of the religions that kind of separate us as a humanity, because with them dividing religions as a race, we are never going to move forward. We're always going to be trapped in that kind of cycle of hating each other. You talk about sending people to Mars. Why are we sending people off this planet if we can't even sort the fucking problems on this planet? As a race, should we be taking our divisions beyond our planetary body? So to me, my whole point was not get rid of religion, but kind of get rid of the stigmas that kind of separate them whole religions, and just everyone kind of realize that we are one.
We're all in
human
this together.
race.
Yeah.
The new way. Thank you for that follow, brother.
Yo, Chad, what's up, my dude?
I didn't want to say it, but I knew it.
Hey, brilliant. Love the chat. Get in the Discord as well. Get some chat going. But yeah, get rid of the religion that divides us as a species, because you talk about water and that, yes, they are now problems. Mine is religion is a future problem, because that will stop us getting where we want to be as a species. You talk about Elon Musk and that sort of thing. They want to put us to Mars.
Elon Musk is a fucking alien. You can't convince me otherwise.
Rail Wolf Warrior, thank you. Thank you for the follow.
If you take us to Mars and then you set up a civilization on Mars, you're still going to have the deconflictions of what we should do by the religious light. Or we're on Mars, but my God says that we should do this. My God says we should do that. It's like, no. Bollocks to your gods. We're humans. We should be striving as a human race to go forward.
That doesn't mean that they need to be taken away from. Just because my God, just because my gods say that when I die, or if I hoard a whole bunch of shit, or if I go and take somebody else's shit, doesn't mean that.
And this is why I kind of put this point forward, because I know you're religious in a way that, and this is the thing. Obviously, you're that kind of prescribed to them religions.
Religion
Yes,
it's
but-
taken it was and still is to this day, I believe, taken the wrong way. It's fucking it's perceived wrong. The way they read the Bible, it's taken the wrong way. Like they
Yeah.
want to say that certain people shouldn't love other people. That's fucking wrong. I believe that, but that doesn't mean that religion should be taken away.
I don't mean.
I do.
I don't mean it. Yes, I said it should be taken away. I'm not getting about it should be taken away, but it should be kind of for the You're saying about things that should be taken, not taken away, but kind of separated from the human
think
race
about
to go
this.
forward. Is
I
religion?
agree with
We
that.
have separation of church and state.
For me,
So-
we have
supposed
the
to
we,
have
we
separation.
yeah.
For
yeah.
me,
Religion
religion
having
is
influences.
for me, religion is the biggest anchor on the human race's development.
Yeah,
Good fiction
yeah.
story, that's for sure.
Yeah, greatest science
Regardless
fiction
of-
story ever
Regardless
written.
of what you think about religion, be about Catholicism, about whatever book you follow, for me, and that's what we were talking about, in my own personal opinion, religion is the biggest personal anchor in the human race because everyone, you could obviously poll 100 people and probably it'd be like 60-30, but whatever, it'd be like 60-30, 10, blah, blah, 5, split of some way in the UK that they all believe something else happened. And you're like, okay, so while you all argue about that, I'm going to fucking Saturn. Obviously not Saturn because I think it's a gas planet, but you know what I mean? Go to Neptune or whatever. But I don't care about what you want to do here with you think your God built this planet. I want to go beyond that because I don't think that us arguing about what book is right is ever going to take us forward. And that's why I think religion is the biggest.
Yeah.
And it should be kind of put aside for the human race to advance. It should kind of put aside. We can deal with that after, but we should strive forward without that.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna recruit real quick.
I cannot do that. Yeah.
That's why I like the Buddhist point of view. Even the Buddha says, or even the Dalai Lama says, that look, if science proves something that disproves something in Buddhism, we must throw away the Buddhist view of it because
100%.
science disproved it.
Holy fuck!
And then even the Buddha said himself in the scriptures in the Pali Canon and things like that, he said, don't take what I say for gospel. Don't like take what I say and fucking make it as that is what it is. He goes, experience it for yourself and learn it yourself and then believe it. He said, don't ever believe something that someone tells you.
Don't get me wrong. I was raised in my mum's from Northern Ireland, which is a massively Protestant, well, not massively Protestant, but where she's from in Northern Ireland in Belfast.
We know what it is.
She's massively she's from the Protestant kind of. Well, you don't. Well, you might be American, but you don't know Northern Ireland. I'm going to say that now. But she's from the
love you,
Protestant
brother.
kind of side of Belfast. So my dad's from Scotland, and I was baptized Church of Scotland. So technically, I'm Catholic, I think. But I would never prescribe to any of them. But I don't prescribe to the beliefs of the kind of hierarchy of the gods sort of thing, of God, whatever. Because as you see my arm.
I love how you put the S on it.
Yeah, but if you look at my arm, that's what I mean, gods. There's a whole Greek mythology on my arm, all the way up to my shoulder, because I'm a big Greek mythology fan. But what I'm trying to say is,
there are gods.
I prescribe to the moral and social implications of that religion. Be a good person, love thy neighbor, blah blah blah. But I don't prescribe to there's one
Radicalist. The radicalist.
There's one guy upstairs that tells me I'm good or bad, and he'll love me whatever.
Okay.
Get fucked with that.
So can I do mine?
Yes, please.
Right. So
Fuck no.
In fact, I don't know why I'm
just
asking.
kidding.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Do mine.
Let me do mine.
Before you jump in, Dan, before you jump in, whiskey mod. I don't know what it is. I'll show you my birth certificate.
Presbyterian, isn't that where you eat?
You show me your what?
What does a padre do when he blesses your head when you're born? What's a padre? Is he?
No, it ain't, but no, I'm just kidding.
So,
To be fair,
mine.
it was an army padre, so he might have been drunk at the time. So God
Fucking
knows.
John
That's why he spelled my name wrong on the birth certificate. So it's good.
did mine.
John, let Dan talk. Damn it, man.
Don't talk with your mouth full, you piece of shit.
I was just addressing the
wow.
comments in the chat. I mean, come on.
You fucking what, mate?
That's right. You can call me dad later.
Those morals
So-
are coming into play.
So right,
Actually, Dan, wait there.
fuck
just
you.
to
I'm
address-
ending the stream. Bye.
We're up to 49 followers, people. So if you can push it out there, let's get us above the 50.
Get that
So
30.
we can get affiliate
Let's
and we can
go.
go on from there. Let's go. Let's go.
4th stream in.
Dan,
Let's
We'll
go.
get there. Chill out.
So
Yeah.
John did mine, so I'm gonna have to pick something off
Yeah,
the
you
cuff.
fucking bastard, John.
I know, man. Piece of
Sorry.
shit.
Well, no, I didn't do yours. You.
Why I said that he shouldn't get 2.
Well, I was gonna do religion, but
Just to be fair, my second was healthcare. So
mine would be
So you want universal health?
Oh my
Go
fucking
ahead. Go.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
Dan off right now. You guys are rude as fuck.
I'm done. Fuck you guys.
No,
Not again.
no.
come on.
Have
Dan.
another
Okay.
drink, and everybody shut the fuck
Let
up.
the mustache
So-
speak.
Yeah, that's right. Have some respect.
I'm just
Hey,
being
Dan.
Dan.
So
I'm just being
mine is
Dan
gonna
from last
be
week.
mine is gonna be on. No,
Hold on, Dan.
I'm doing this one off the cuff. Like
So what have you had? Water.
no, wait, I'm gonna fucking end your mind if you carry on.
John,
Just
John, it's all fun and games until Dan actually beats the shit out of you. Let him talk.
You can try.
All right, okay. Don't get too big for your boots. He's had a whiskey.
Oh, was that you last week? Was it?
Right, so mine's going to be on like the way our political systems work and elections. They're old and archaic as fuck, and we need to change them. And the way I'd solve it is that we need to come up with a. I don't know how we'd solve it. I fucking don't know. I was just going to waffle, but I think we need to come up with a new way of bringing new parties into light, and not just having them 2 or 3 that are constantly regurgitating the same bullshit. We need some new, fresh shit. And what is with fucking like 70-year-old blokes, for example, in the States being voted in to run a country when they've had like a 50-year career? Surely aren't you meant to be in your prime of your career? Like if you look at a career from you've
No,
done
you
it
just
all
gotta be
your
able to walk
life.
upstairs, which our
Yeah,
current one
yeah.
cannot fucking do.
But yeah,
apparently.
we need to find a way. We've got to change some fucking so we need to change our election and political system.
And that's where you come in with your solving. How do you solve it?
You can't pose the problem without a solution.
Kill all of them. No.
Oh
don't
my
do that.
god!
Don't do that.
For the Secret Service that may or may not be watching, was not referring to our. They
No.
take that shit serious.
Come at me, Secret
Nah,
Service.
nah,
you
dog.
got no fucking
He lives in
jurisdiction here.
England. Get him.
You got no jurisdiction here.
Yeah, they don't think they can be invaded.
Try it. Try it.
Try it.
Try it.
We're on our way.
So
Someone bigger than you done it once and he failed. That's all I'm
yeah.
gonna say.
So I don't know how do we solve it? Chat, how do we solve it? That's a good cop out, isn't it? Ask chat.
Well,
If they can't come up with a
yeah.
problem, then
stones
it's not my
anyway.
issue.
Oh, well, we go.
You can hold on. You can
Great
pose a
Reset.
solution, and then we all just bash on it.
Yeah.
I
Have
mean,
you looked at the hashtag the Great Reset?
No.
That's
Have
what
you
we did
not?
when we beat you.
When you're talking about political kind of things,
yeah. Is
that's
that where
probably another. That's
just
probably
nuke
another
it-
topic.
is
by
that
the
where we
way.
just nuke each other?
Okay. I have
look-
a suggestion. I'm sorry.
Go
Go
on,
ahead,
then.
John.
Look at it for next week.
Okay.
It's very intriguing, shall we say?
Go on then, Rob.
So,
What's your suggestion?
Term limits. There should be term limits for every single member of the government. So
Yeah, I'm
you
done with
cannot be in government for 40, 50 years. You can be in government for maybe 10 years. Okay. Now president for maximum 8 years. Okay. Things like that. But I think term limits are very good to keep fresh ideas coming, to keep change coming instead of voting in your favorite guy. He's here for 10 years maximum, then
Yeah.
they're out and gone. Next person.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I dig that.
The
So
top whiskey. Hold on. Top whiskey mod said put kill collars on politicians so that if they lie, and I fucking love this, they explode.
But
Would
how
make
do you
sure-
define a lie?
Yes.
Hold on.
Because
So
because your body changes when you tell a lie.
So to top on what
let's not
Rob
go
was
into the
saying,
science on how to kill collars will work, please.
Let's stop talking
That's
about killing and politicians in the same topic,
yeah,
please.
what Rob was saying, I like that, and I'm gonna add to it. And they cannot take any outside influencer money for anything.
No lobbying.
So
anymore.
what
No,
Are they
lobbying.
are they not allowed to do that now?
No, they do that now.
No, they do that.
Yeah, they do.
It's called
it.
lobbying.
Obviously. And so they
I'm
take
not- I'm
money.
not
So
into
they
politics.
can't take money from any companies or any outside sources. They only take the paycheck they get from the people, which is the taxpayers. And that's it. After they leave whatever they're doing, then they can take whatever money they want.
Okay, well,
So-
how about this, Josh? What about before? What about while they're in getting ready to be in office? Now that's a huge problem right now because people are saying, "Hey, I want to be in office. I need money to."
Well, I was
campaign."
adding to yours, and you didn't say anything about that. Now you are.
Right. No, I'm trying to get
So
the
tell me
problem
then.
with that is if they lobby before the problem arises when they lobby beforehand and they say, "Hey, look, and they make these backdoor deals. I'll do this for you if I make it. You know what I mean? I'll do this. You give me
Yeah.
a shit ton of money." They're not technically, I mean, yeah, they're doing something wrong, obviously, but they're getting money that maybe they won't take that influence while they're in office. Nobody's going to come up to them and say, "I'll give you a bunch of money. You do this." But they say, "Hey, you fucking donated $1 billion or $1 million to my campaign. Let me fucking slide some
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
contracts your way, blah, blah, blah." So
course,
where
that's
does
adding
the
to
line
yours.
come that you're allowed to lobby for that kind of shit? I feel like that should be
After.
heavily investigated.
Yeah, I
I
think.
think that should be totally after.
I think.
I think-
part of the
I think
problem
we
is
should-
the
Can I
like,
jump in before you?
Yeah. Go on.
No.
Go on.
Let
you do.
fucking
Always
Dan talk. I haven't heard him for a while.
We just heard him.
You're deaf then, so.
I think we need more young people in politics.
Yes,
I-
Dan.
and I think that's like
Like
part
12?
of the solution is we need more people that are in like their mid to early 30s that have got a fresh point of view.
Oh, you
of
mean
the
like
world.
us?
Yeah, I do think people our age are
Not us. Yeah.
not
All
us,
right.
definitely
Like,
not.
Jake. Jesus,
But
Jake.
people our age are definitely underrepresented in politics, and I think we do need more of it. I think
So,
it would offer
Well,
a
we have
fresher point of view.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's fucking ridiculous. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna get started.
So do
Who's
we.
that?
So like, in
Who's that?
Scotland, we have
Tell me who she is later.
a girl in the SNP, which I'm a big. I hate the SNP because they obviously want Scotland to get independence, but whatever. But there's a girl called Mary Black, which is a young lass. I mean, she's in maybe late 20s, early 30s, whatever.
Yeah.
But she's kind of from the, the rough. But she's a MSP, whatever it's called. I think it's MSP for Scotland for one of the. But when she goes to Parliament, holy fuck, does she hold them to account? Even though I hate the SNP with a passion
Yeah.
because I don't want Scotland independence, blah blah. But when she talks, I listen because I'm like, you talk for the person who lives in that like high rise who can't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fucking. And I'm thinking, that's why you need young people in politics.
Yeah.
Massively. Even though I might disagree with you on all you're saying, but you say it like I think it.
Yeah.
And it's like the same with all of us. We're mid 30s. But mid 30s in politics is
Speak for yourself.
it's young. Okay, early 20s, whatever.
Yeah.
I know
Whoa,
you.
Thank you.
I
I
know you-
fucking love you tonight, John.
I know you're 21,
Yes.
21 every year. That's fine. That's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I like them
Appreciate
in
that.
politics because they say what we're thinking and they give the people who, like you're saying, the obviously I'm trying to equate to our kind of thing. The Johnsons, the whoever the other idiots are in UK politics, I don't prescribe to it, but they've got their own agenda.
Yeah.
They've been in there for 20 years. They've got their own fingers and pies. But then, like, you got this one, like Mary Black, she's not have a finger in one or
Yeah,
two
but
pies, whatever. But
I think getting younger people in kind of curbs that issue as well because they haven't had enough time in politics to be influenced by anyone.
but
you know what I mean?
Whiskey Mod brings up a
But
good
they
point.
are
Don't you think
influenced
that
by their
life
parents.
experience, and
But
I would say experience as a whole, helps with politics? And then my argument to that is that, yeah, it does, but also, if you ignore the past and ignore experience, then you're ignorant, and that you're not going to go anywhere. But also, if you deny the future and ignore the changes that are happening, you're also just as dumb as if you ignore the
I think-
past. So people can be in advisory positions and things like that. You don't have to be the decision maker to help influence
Yeah.
people and provide secondary,
I think
other
the key-
opinions.
The key
It's the guy that time is only now.
is like education in like history and stuff not just history, but just a general understanding of all subjects of education and fucking logical thinking. Because how many politicians do we see from around the world that go up on stage and talk and say the dumbest shit going?
Fall downstairs. All kinds of
Like, there's zero logic being applied to the situation that they're in right
That's
now.
probably the only politician I've seen this year. What is it? March? The one that fell downstairs.
You mean the president?
Yeah, you mean the president?
That guy?
I
Just
don't.
some
I
politician.
don't
Who's that
keep up.
dude?
I don't keep up with this stuff.
How
I
about
just
president
you
is?
just fucking. I don't fucking. All right, I know who. I know.
Right,
who
so,
that
you
is,
don't learn
boys-
that in passing. You need to
but I
boys.
do not keep up
Well,
with any type
Can
of.
I
fucking
jump in
politics
jump in
because
here for a
it
Wait,
second?
pisses
we've
me
done it.
off.
We've done it. We've done it. We need to move on. We've got to move on to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on,
to the
I
poll.
love you, Dan.
I love you too.
Are we on the viewer topic now?
The viewer topic. So can we get the
what is the
result?
poll?
We need the result. Top
Yeah.
whiskey
All right,
mod.
let's close the polls. Last opportunity. Let's do one more exclamation point poll in here so people get the gist of what the poll is.
Yeah.
Get your last votes in because you got about 2 minutes before we switch over
Okay.
to.
Let me run. Shall I run our ad and grab some ice? Quick wee break.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Should we
That's
do
a
that?
good idea.
Yeah, and then we'll
Grab your popcorn. Get ready for the next
Yeah,
one.
and
Oh,
then we'll do
fuck,
the
I wish
next
I
one.
had popcorn.
Okay, we'll do that now. Go.
Oh, I'm telling you.
And we're back.
Oh, are you live again?
Yeah, we are live again. That ad's
Oh, that was
only.
it. We were just having a background argument about something Jake said to me, and I had to fucking clarify because I said earlier while
Yeah,
we're
check
waiting
my
for them.
whiskey bowl. Hang on, look, that's my whiskey bowl.
That's sexy. You learned how to use it.
Yeah, so you put you fill it with water at the top, put it in the freezer, it makes a ball of ice for your whiskey, so it melts slower.
Oh yeah,
apparently.
you and your balls.
I
So
love
earlier
balls.
today we had a discussion about, and this is a quick 2-minute rant maybe. We had a discussion at my house earlier because it was my daughter's birthday and some people came over and it was Josh and Jake, and I said that the time only exists right now. Now is the only thing that is real now, right now. And then when I look at the past was only a series of nows, and the future doesn't exist. Anything in the future is only an idea. So the only thing that is real, in my opinion, is right now. This moment is is the only thing that exists. You can think about the past, great, but in the past that was also now.
That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I
there's no
understand
timeline.
you.
And then Jake had said, because I said that the past, you have to learn from the past, that Jake said, well, this is coming from the guy who thinks that time isn't real and that now is the only time. To clarify, it doesn't mean that you can't learn from the past and the past didn't happen. The past absolutely happened, but the past does not exist. The past is not a thing that is, that the now is the only thing that is always, it will always be now. When you die in the future, it will be fucking now when you die. It will always be now, no matter what happens ever to you. It will happen now.
FY on stream.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we know.
Pew,
That's why
bitches.
he's talking like this.
What?
Instead of
Being,
yelling at his mic.
being conservative and being but down on
Yeah,
middle of the line.
Exactly. Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
I'm a
saying the past,
partner.
I don't mean the past isn't real. The past was real. Was
Yeah,
real.
because there's a timeline for that. You know, a time
You keep going with this timeline shit, bruh.
that
It
you
is
know
not. I'm
before
not
and
saying there's not a
Timeline in
timeline.
what sense?
future.
The future is always going to happen. That's real. Also, that is real. The future will happen, yes, but that when it happens, it will be now. Correct?
I don't.
Thank you.
Yes.
You will never have a future
When
that
things
happens not in the now.
they happen now, of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
so what
But things that
is
have happened before as well.
what is?
But it was now when it happened.
Will you
No,
guys
it was
fucking
before
shut up?
now.
Now it was before.
It was before now.
Thank you, Top Whiskey Man.
Shut up.
You've always got to grow up, right?
Sorry,
Okay.
Dad.
So, what's the topic? What was the outcome of the poll?
What was the
I
Looking
wanna
at
s-
this, let's close the poll if we can there, Top Whiskey Mod. Let's close the poll and let's get the responses so we can begin the discussion on what I can only imagine is going to be a very
One-sided poll.
Ooh.
yeah, and also one-sided poll. Let's just skip the semantics or whatever here and let's just go with it.
Aw.
75.
I had so much lined up for the monarchies. Damn it.
75.
Super Straight with 75% of the votes. All right, let's discuss Super Straight. Let's start with Josh.
Oh,
On the spot.
well, I think everybody knows my opinion on this whole thing is it's harmful to start categorizing no matter what anyway people, because now you're separating, you're segregating, which we've already had that in the past in our timeline. So I think segregating anything is always a bad thing. So if you're segregating people on now what they believe in and what they want to do with their own bodies, so honestly, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
That was a terrible ramblings there. I didn't understand a fucking word that you were trying to say.
No,
Next.
because the timeline.
Because the timeline is now.
Okay. Let me just let me explain what super
Yeah,
straight
go ahead.
exactly is and what it's meant to be.
Go ahead.
All right. So super straight is supposed to be a designation for people who are so straight that they can't possibly be attracted to a trans person. So that's what it means.
Yeah.
You are considered super straight if you cannot be attracted to a trans person, like
Yeah.
not possible at all.
Well, no, you're not. I don't think you're automatically considered. I think it's just like a movement, a bunch of
Because
people
there's
hold
been
on.
some
together.
pictures I've seen on the internet, like, yo, that chick's super hot, and then it turns out she was dude. I'm like, she's
Still
pretty
super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Still,
Like,
still
doesn't
super
change
hot.
anything.
Who cares?
pretty hot. As a matter of fact, there's a chick on there's a well, I think she calls herself a chick. I don't want to be rude, but on TikTok that I follow, and she is a trans, and she's hot. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care.
But now I think the question is, are they saying that if you, Jake, knowing that this person you're attracted to, we're going to say, like, you think is an attractive person, right? Not attracted to, maybe that's a different word, but you think this is an attractive person, okay? This person is a trans person, was male, now is female, okay? Because you know that she was once a male, you will decide, okay, maybe, I don't know, but let's say you decide, I don't want to have a relationship with this person because she was once a male. I don't know if I am comfortable with that. Is that where they say you're considered super straight and transphobic? Is that the
I
line that's
would
drawn?
I would definitely say that I'm not transphobic. One, because I find her attractive, her or whatever her pronoun is. I find her attractive, but I wouldn't date her. It's
But
Sorry.
but the thing was too is it promoting hate? And that's what I was going on. It is promoting hate. That's why it's segregation of another people.
What's
of another,
promoting hate? The fact that you won't date her, or the fact that someone calls you super straight?
It just says it doesn't.
or the
promote
fact
hate.
that someone calls you transphobic.
Oh yeah, which one promotes hate,
Well,
Josh? Like, there's two
okay.
separate ideas here.
I can call anybody anything, and somebody in the world will be like, "Oh, that's disgusting," and I hate that, and I feel like you're attacking me now. I mean, I've done it with several groups. I mean, look, we can't even have the Indian Chiefs as a football team because that word Indian is a
The Washington
hateful-
Redskins.
or the Washington Redskins, whatever the Indian Chiefs. I thought it was.
What did you say? The Indian Chiefs? Oh my
The Washington
god!
Redskins. Whatever you guys
fucking
know what
love
I'm talking
you.
about.
Oh my
No, but I'm
god!
trying to go on the point is you guys are just talking about do you find trans people sexual or attractive
No,
in any type of way?
no. The question
not what it
is, all right.
So
The question
is being is it basically is what it's saying is that is by not
Is it
being
transphobic?
No, wait, hang on. By not being attracted to a trans person, is that I feel transphobic is basically what I think the root of the question is in a way, Because
it's super straight transphobic.
if you're not attracted to a trans person, then your sexuality is super straight. Is basically what it is. As what they're saying.
So if I find that that trans woman, or we'll just call her a fucking woman, if I find that woman attractive, but I wouldn't date her, does that make me transphobic?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that the
Yeah.
line that's drawn?
Yeah,
So
no, I
that's
mean,
what they're saying is that
Well,
you're
here's the definition.
I
of
think that's the reason
transphobia.
why super straight was actually invented, because a certain demographic has tried to create a phobia because I don't want to date someone who used to be
Yeah.
of the same sex because I'm a man, right? But she's attractive. I find her attractive,
Right.
but I wouldn't date her.
here's
Does
the
does that make it a phobia?
I agree with Titanic. That's your
Hold on.
preference.
Yeah, it's
exactly?
your preference. But definition of transphobia is irrational fear of, aversion to, or discrimination against transgender people.
Well, it's
I
not.
have none of
No,
those.
no.
That's
See,
by
no. That's why you're incorrect.
Merriam-Webster dictionary.
No, that's fucking wrong, and that's misleading.
It was
Because-
changed.
No, because the meaning of the word phobia is an extreme or irrational fear of aversion to something, not discrimination. It's
Yeah, but
it's
it's
the extreme or
Merriam-Webster,
yeah,
so-
and that well, Merriam-Webster can go fuck herself because that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not fucking having
I
that
feel
because
you, Doug. I
because
feel you, Doug.
she's doing the fucking language as a weapon bullshit. Because
Mm-hmm.
phobia is an extreme or irrational fear or aversion to something. It's not the
Yes.
extreme or irrational fear or discrimination of something.
Yeah,
It's,
like, if a
Right, like
trans
I-
person
it's
like
did
I-
that
an
to me,
extreme
like,
or irrational
and fucking
fear.
ran off, I'd be
Like I
transphobic.
have
no,
I have
I-
arachnophobia because I fucking hate spiders.
Yeah, but you don't have
They- they-
discrimination against a spider.
I
There's
would
no-
agree.
There's
no-
there's difference.
Can I jump in for a
Genders,
second?
of course, in a
Yeah,
spider.
No,
Come
you
on.
cannot jump in for a
Come on,
second.
John,
At
what are you
all.
saying?
You cannot.
No, I
Never.
think.
No, you cannot.
On
John, fucking talk, bro.
Oh my god, you guys
I'm
I
trying
was
to.
I
rebuttal
love
on
it.
anybody's point here.
Has anyone here looked
here
at
we
a
go.
guy, any guy, be it whatever, and thought, "Fuck me, he's a really good human specimen of a male."
Rob,
of course.
I have thought that many of times.
Yeah,
Not a
as in,
Rob,
as in, like, you know, if I was a woman, I'd fuck him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've thought
100%.
that of Rod a few times. And you know what?
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah,
so-
without his mustache, yes.
So for us, you thinking, look at a guy and go, "Fucking hell, he's a good fucking specimen of a fucking man. I'd fucking do him." And you're talking about that as a man. When you see a transphobic or a transsexual as a man who's become a woman, you go, "Fucking hell, quite a good looking woman." Then this topic is null and void. It's like
Yeah,
you
it's-
still would.
the topic is a fucking the super straight thing. I'm sorry, but
It's
the
bollocks.
super straight thing, right? The trans, the whole thing
Yeah.
around sexuality is a fucking non-issue
Yeah, 100%.
because it's whatever you're into, and whatever you're into is cool.
Yeah.
And if someone's got a problem with that, then don't be around them and don't fucking talk to them.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
fucking
Simple.
I just
true.
want to clarify real quick.
Yeah,
Titanic, are you saying that the super straight thing was created by super straight people
I think no.
to be their own sexuality?
No, I
Trans-
think it was
Just- I don't-
the
that's
point
not
of
what
it
it was.
is the point of it was right. It was created because there's so many there's lots of different groups and I kind of want to say agendas, but I don't. That have
Say it. Just
there's lots
lay
of
it bare
there's-
for us.
there's lots of minority groups and agendas that
Yeah.
that are overtly projecting their opinion and their fact on or their facts on things, whether it be gay, straight, fucking whatever you're into, that all have a voice now, and it's so super straight was made to fall in line with that. So super straight was made in a way, kind of a from what I know from my research into it, was a tongue-in-cheek thing to say, well, if these have got their avenues, like, let's have one as well. And if I'm honest, I don't have a problem with that because we're all talking about equality and inclusion. So why can't we have equality for the people that apparently don't fit with the status quo of equality? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I
It's
think it was
okay
actually
if it's actually okay to be if it's okay to be gay, if it's okay to be trans, then why isn't it okay to be straight?
it is okay to be straight. It is okay to be gay. It is okay to be trans.
Exactly.
It is okay to be whatever pronoun or number you
Sexual
want to be
preference.
called, except for sexual preference you want to be called. Yeah, it is okay to be that. However, I think that the super straight was created in order to stop the hate from hitting us, myself, hitting us straight men.
Yeah.
Because I'm a straight man, I wouldn't date a I wouldn't date a transsexual woman, so therefore I'm transphobic. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. It's
No,
fucking
you're not
bollocks.
transphobic though. That's the thing.
I
It doesn't
agree.
make you
I agree that doesn't make me
Yeah,
I think that
transphobic.
the
However,
super
that
straight-
dominate that
Based off what I'm
demographic.
reading from Titanic is that super straight was created by straight people to troll the LGBTQIA.
I don't believe.
yeah.
I don't believe that.
I think
I think that I could see that being
I
made
can
by
see
some
that being a
far right
thing.
people.
But
I
there
think,
is
and I'm
there
gonna
is a line.
Well, hold on,
It's
let me get my
it's a
fucking idea.
possibility.
Hold on. I think there should be two sexual preferences: you fucking or you're not fucking. All right.
Hey,
Doesn't matter who, what,
Yo.
where, or when.
And
Either you're
They
fucking
I'm
have
down
or
to
with
you're
that.
not
say it.
fucking.
Yeah.
Hold on, and they have to say it either in sign language or head gesture.
And then you can go to the bar
Nah,
and look at anyone and you go,
Because for that.
nigga,
No,
Because-
there's
because
got to
if
be
you guys
written
are-
consent.
No. Because you guys are saying
Got to be
Whatever
written
fuck you wanna
consent.
do.
hold on. You guys are saying you can't discriminate against anybody that wants to have sex with whatever they want, which is not a good topic to go down.
So
Well,
I'll
that's
tell you
fine.
what, I'll
Now
put it
you're
this
being
way.
discriminative against people
I'll put it this
in
way.
certain areas
If
of
being-
Washington State.
If being straight makes me transphobic,
I'm just saying.
then not being a Muslim also makes me Islamophobic. If that's the case, then fuck you. Determine what you want and interpret what you want from that. I know I'm neither. If you think I'm any of the two, come and ask me the question. Don't fucking assume. And
I think super straight is
Is it-
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Who, regardless
I
of who
think
made
it's
it,
stupid.
it's
Any
dumb
of
and
it's
it
stupid.
should fuck off out
Is
of
it
here.
neither or neither?
I don't think it was done. I don't think it was done.
Neither or neither.
I don't think it was done to. I think it was done in bants, like a sort of banter sort of kind of thing that got taken a bit of a
for
movement.
the Americans that are watching? What do you mean by that?
Like as a tongue in cheek sort of, oh, I'm fucking
Like a
super
troll.
straight then. Yeah, like as a
Yeah.
joke, as bants.
You-
Like how we
Well,
rip
so
each
there's a
other.
difference between a troll and a joke.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
trolls try to incite
think.
anger or try to get a rise out of you, whereas a joke is just a fucking joke.
Yeah, but no, I think it was done. I think it was done at first initially as like a tongue in cheek sort of. I'm super straight, kind of like how do I explain it now? Kind of like from if you look at it from a comedy perspective, like I would be super metal because I fucking love metal, but there is other music out there that I do listen to and I do enjoy. I think it was just done as like, yeah, I'm fucking really straight, I'm really manly. I don't think people are saying, like Titanic says, like, oh, it's come from the 1940s and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that can be attributed that have come from the 1940s, but find me some proof of a fucking Nazi that made super straight up, then I'll agree with you. But until then, I think it's incredibly dangerous to be throwing around labels that Nazis are trying to make a movement to make people transphobic. Because, in essence, by saying stuff like that, that is what people are trying to imply. And that
Yeah,
is,
100%, I agree with
and
you.
if that's the implication that people are making without any proof, that's fucking dangerous.
Well, my
Very
whole thing
dangerous.
is why do we have to label things in the first place?
Yeah,
I can label
exactly.
my milk, I can label oranges, but why label people? I
Yeah.
never understood that.
So I think, in essence, super straight could be a dangerous thing. I think it could be, but if it was done as bants and it's got out of hand, then knock it on the head,
Yeah.
But I think
Or
the
don't worry about
fact if it is done in jest and it's gone fucking crazy like this, I actually think it's a severe insight and a very, very good insight into the way people perceive things and the offense people are taking to world non-issues.
I
say
think
just get
people.
rid of all labels.
I think the majority of people
Like
are
I
just
said,
too
you
soft.
fucking or not.
Yeah.
You
Everyone's
fucking or
Stop
not. End of story.
Yep. That's the way it should
Yeah.
be. You
You
fucking?
fucking or not.
No? Okay.
You know what my
Wait,
gender, you know what my sexual
Hold
preference
on,
is?
Rob, are
I'm
you
fucking.
asking me?
Yeah, motherfucker, you fucking or not.
Yeah,
Titanic, if you hit
buddy.
me up on Discord with that information where they say they literally use the SS flag and implied nationalism, and then I'll look into it and I'll do my research, and I'm a pretty good researcher,
And he still talks shit
I'll have a
about
look.
it, so it's fine.
and have a look into it. No, and if I'm wrong on next Saturday, I'll approach it
I'm
and I'll
joking.
say, yeah,
I'm
man, you
joking.
got me. I was wrong.
Absolutely. You
No
know what?
problem
If
with
we
that.
are wrong, we will be the first to say,
I have no
"Fuck,
shame
I
in
am
that.
sorry."
I'm not wrong about
I
labels.
will definitely be the first to say I'm sorry.
Fuck labels.
All right, boys. I think we've had we've beat
Rants.
that topic
Completed
to a
it.
bloody pulp.
Yeah,
What a hort-
we've
what-
fixed
Completed
it.
it.
We've
The
fixed the
horde. All
world.
right,
There's no more problems in the world now after this podcast. Well done, boys.
We've solved everything. So I
Yeah,
think,
solved.
ladies and gentlemen, are we clear to go into our rants here? We've made some changes
Yeah.
to the rant system here. We're trying to shorten things up so we have, kind of a time where we have all your attention here. You can get all the stuff, you can carry on with your life. So we're going to get into our rants, which we have now shortened to 3 minutes instead of 5, because we found that we were kind of rambling towards the last 2 minutes of our rants most of the time.
Now, I don't
'cause a
have
lot
an
of us talk
on-screen
fast.
clock. I don't have an on-screen clock, so I will
so
time
we-
it. I'll tell you to
Yeah, we
shut the
don't have an
fuck up.
on-screen clock here, but we are going to do 2 3-minute rants tonight and then discuss those at length. That way we're not rushing anyone and we can give you guys a proper fucking show here. Tonight we have Josh, I believe, as one of our
Sir.
3-minute rants, and Dan as well.
Correctus.
All right, so which one of you wants to go first?
I just want to point out before we actually start that John, you good, brother?
Yeah.
My
camera working?
He's slurring.
No, you good. You good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Vaping.
All right.
Josh, do you want
Vaping,
to
the
do you
same
want to rock
shit.
paper scissors it, Josh?
Hmm?
No, I want to go first.
Okay,
'cause
you go
at
first.
the end is always fun because we can try to
Do you
cut
mean
you off.
because that's when everyone leaves?
Yeah. Nah. He likes to let you finish last.
All right, so we're doing Josh first. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Josh with his 3-minute rant.
And you are good to go.
All right, so my 3-minute rant is going to be on why we do not have world peace at this moment. Going back to when I was a kid, I thought of the future. You know, when you go to your class, you think about the future. They say, hey, write something down and put it in this thing, and you'll be able to see the rants and the capsules where you have to look at it in 50 years from now. So anyway, I always put down world peace 2020. I remember this very specifically, and I thought the world would honestly come together at this point in time to be able to actually work as one unit, which I don't understand. So all of our organs and stuff like that work all together. The blood works all together. The brain works with your arms and everything like that. I don't understand how today we don't have world peace. We have so many people hurting in the world. If we all just came together just to be one unit and work together towards one solution, which is keeping humanity alive, I think we'd be way better off. I mean, Elon Musk is really trying on a couple different topics. Bill Gates. I mean, there's a shit ton of billionaires and people with shit tons of money that are trying to help. Obviously, it's very hard because in some situations you have a lot of governments that have been working this long and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it has to deal with people's mentality of this is the way it is and this is the way it's always going to be. And we haven't been able to change their mind. Maybe we need some Steven Crowders to go over there and change minds and get people off of the track of trying to God damn it. Trying to get them to change their mind basically and going on to trying to help. I'm trying to look at how long do I got left?
You got a minute.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Okay, because I'm laughing half through this.
Hey, grow up, man.
Other things going on. I know. But no, world peace is huge. I don't understand. In 2020, we got rovers on Mars, but yet I can't travel freely from one country to the next country without maybe eventually getting hurt, terrorized, kidnapped, robbed, cheated out of money and stuff like all this stuff. I don't understand it. I don't.
Don't bring me into this.
Did you say that was time?
No. You
Yeah,
got 30
I heard
seconds,
time.
but we
Yeah.
can call it time.
I heard time.
Do you want to call it time?
Yep.
Okay, we're calling time. Okay, cool. Well played, dude. Well
I'm going to
played,
give my
dude.
2 cents real quick. I think that a couple of the things with world peace, the issues we've kind of discussed tonight, as far as the water issue with taking it from the top down, that's the issue that needs to be solved. Plus the religion issue as well. Those are 2 of the main reasons that we can't have world peace right now. Mute me.
I would
Okay.
never mute you. Josh, on the other hand, no, I'm just kidding.
I agree. World peace is easy. Get a fucking grip and get on with it.
Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, grow
Is
grow
guy-
the fuck up.
fuck
Exactly.
up.
Exactly.
Grow the fuck up. It's just-
Yeah, grow the
that's-
fuck up.
That's just a straight. That's all I can say. I don't know.
Saying,
I don't-
we're starting to move it right now. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, the grow the fuck up movement.
Yep.
I like it. Okay, cool. Shall I do mine? Should we get on with it?
Yeah.
We can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Someone want to time me because I might get.
I got you,
lost
brother.
in my thingy.
I am ready when you are. Tell me when you're good, and I'm on it.
Okay. I am going.
I'm good.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Henderson.
My 3-minute rant tonight is going to be about choosing your fight. I've said it a few times. I've said it a few times tonight about non-issues, and I want to, before I go into it, I want to show you a few sort of polarizing things that are going on in the world that nobody fucking talks about. More than 70% of the people in the world own less than $10,000. That's fucking stupid. That's mental, right? That's a lot of fucking people. And I'm not just talking about in what you call underdeveloped countries. There's the fucking amount of homeless people in the UK and the US is it's unacceptable, okay? Religious and conflict war around the world and terrorism around the world. You think we have it bad in some of the fucking Western countries? Go and look at what's happening in other places in the world. The amount of fucking genocides that are going on, all right? Let's look at education. Whilst it's improved in the last century, there's still a lot that needs to go on. 130 million females across the world lack proper access to schooling. Fucking despicable. What's that about? Food and water. 1 in 9 people lack access to clean water across the world. We were talking about that earlier. That number is fucking stupid, right? And the list goes on and on and on. Physical fitness, obesity in the world is a fucking huge thing. Yet there's fuckers on the internet shouting about their sexual preference and what gender they want to be. And that's cool. Go and fucking do it, right? But there's bigger problems in the world that we need to approach. Don't sit there spouting your righteous shite that means nothing. Yet all your fucking friends want to jump on the hype and shout about it because some popular person fucking said it. There is bigger problems and people are fucking dying for no reason at all when there's people being upset about what some person at the store called them. Like, find the real problems in the world and let's actually try and solve a problem and move us forward as people rather than listening to what fucking Joe Blogs is crying about on the internet. That dickhead who was spouting out about Bill Burr and the amount of traction that got. Whilst most of the people didn't agree with him, a lot of the people were slating him for it. Don't give the prick the attention. Go and give the attention to the fucking thousands and thousands of Uyghur Muslims that the fucking Chinese are slaughtering and enslaving. That's important because people are dying. And that's it. I think I'm done. I think I've done enough.
You have 15 seconds left. Fill it or get out.
Fuck that guy on Twitter. There we go. Was that 15
Boom,
seconds?
done.
Yeah. What a fucking good ending. Hashtag fuck that guy on Twitter. Hashtag grow the fuck up.
Hashtag grow the fuck up.
Whoa, that was a cool effect. I liked that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That happens when you're partner.
Any retort? Anyone want to?
No, I really don't have anything. at
Oh,
all.
dude.
No, I think you might have. Well,
I spent too much time trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, I
I
was trying to
wasn't
make you laugh too.
looking at it. I
Did you
wasn't
not
looking
have
at-
us up?
How are
I
you not
did.
looking?
fucking
I had it.
bastard.
New
I-
fucking rule.
Dude,
New
I-
rule. You have to look. And if you break, then we have to mark it down. So anytime there's a 3-minute rant, literally you guys don't know, but anytime there's a 3-minute rant, we are all in the background trying to make them.
You guys can't see it, but we can all
completely
see
laugh.
each other on the screen.
There has been
We're trying
That's
to
why I
break
thought-
concentration, is what it is.
if there's an accidental switch to scene of all of us, we're getting banned immediately.
Immediately.
Let's not ever make that.
Not me
accidental.
though. That's fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's 'cause
John,
you're, 'cause you're asleep.
I'm good. I'm just taking my vape.
I'm just vaping.
I said, grow the fuck up.
Cool.
God.
Grow up.
Wicked. Right, that's us. That's us. done
I've
for the
seen
night,
too
I
many
believe.
dicks. It's fine.
I've seen too many.
Far
Right.
too many.
Okay.
I've seen 3.
That's us.
What?
That's us done for the night. We finished everything, I believe. Thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by. It's been fucking wicked. Also, head over immediately and subscribe to our fucking YouTube because we've only,
Yes.
I think we're only on like maybe more than 20, and we're whacking out clips every single day of the week from each podcast.
Yeah,
And
one of us is.
What
working
are you
really
on
hard.
Twitch?
I don't know.
Whiskey Mod, how many followers you got on Twitch?
yeah, how many we're on Twitch? I think we're at. Hang on, I might be able to tell you.
I think you said
50. We're at
49.
50. That's 50.
Hey,
Hooray.
hell yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Also, there's there's the forum where you can submit what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
That is very that is very important.
description.
Otherwise, we're going to talk about what we want to talk about. But we want to talk about what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear. We want to know what you want to hear.
Yeah, you can see it in chat.
Otherwise,
there.
we're going to talk
Noobot's
about
just-
fucking time and space and how time is now.
and the timeline.
timeline.
Cool. All right.
I
Well,
said,
that's
grow the fuck up, Rob.
all right. That's good night from me. Thank you very much, and we appreciate everyone that fucking stops by, and we will see you same
love
time
you
again next
guys.
Saturday.
Next
Skull
Saturday.
and
Skull.
everyone
And
have a
we're
good
not
week.
yet. We're still
Love
not
you.
banned.
Bye.
We love
Love
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Join the Discord.